I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. We win, we lose together. We rise, we fall together. I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. We win, we lose together. We rise, we fall together. I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. We win, we lose together. We rise, we fall together. Together we overcome. Together we can be stopped. We will reach those goals we set together. I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. We will lose together. We rise, we fall together. I am a Chelsea fan. Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. We will lose together. Together we win. We rise, we fall together. I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. We will lose together. Together we can be strong. We rise, we fall together.
Right, yes, guys. Big up everybody that's locked in. Hit the like button, subscribe, and all of that. I appreciate everybody that was waiting. Because we took way too long to get back. But I'm gonna put that down. I'm gonna put that down to TFL tax because Elizabeth line stinks. District line takes ages. We move. But I appreciate everybody that was still here because you guys are kind of used to it as well. Like me being on time, lol. Never. But there is some content coming out. I was filming with Matisse. So there's going to be a little, what are we calling it? Crisis talks I don't know, something like that. As we're doing a little bit of crisis talks on his channel, so that video should be out tomorrow. Really enjoyed it. Big up to Matisse and all of that. And yeah, at least we're back here for some content. So hit the like button, subscribe, check out Jerseys FC as well. We did get a new ad that dropped. Link for Jerseys FC is down in the description below. All your home kits, away kits, third kits, rival kits, and even old Chelsea shirts. I got a little bundle sent over. Got a Torres UCL final shirt. Got an Ashley Cole UCL final shirt as well, because I haven't got an Ashley Cole shirt. Went for another 04-05 Chelsea shirt. Went for one with Crespo on the back. Big up Crespo. And you guys can get whatever you want in the description. Link is in the description. So check it out. Jerseys FC. Use the code CarefreeLewisG at checkout for 20% off. And yeah, it's good to be back. Big up to everyone. Big up to Maximum Potential. Big up to Fraser. Big up to Squaremore. Big up to Cinco. Big up to Maximum Potential. Matisse is calm, man. Matisse is calm. Big up to Maldini. I know an hour was a little bit of a piss take, but yeah, TFL tax. It is what it is. Maybe these trains could turn up on time for once as well. Although, again, I can't complain about lateness, so I'm as late as my whole city is. We move. It is what it is. Big up to Fraser. I don't think we're going to do Copenhagen City because, I mean, what's the point? You're going to win like 3-0 or something. The tie's already finished. They're not coming back. They're not winning 2-0 at the Etihad. So it's like, I might do Leipzig Madrid, maybe. See how the stream goes. But like, I do need to leave at around 8:30, 9-ish. I need to check my phone. Yeah, Warrior, that was, and I stand by it, the worst cooking I've ever seen in all my years on YouTube. If you haven't watched A-listers, head over there. A man won the Manchester derby and got cooked the whole stream. I don't even know how that's possible. Like with Ryan and Flawless, when Flawless cooked him in spite of losing 7-0 because Ryan said the wrong thing. And you could say that to a point with Hamza, but like it just got deeper and deeper and deeper. Pause as the show kept going. It was peak. These men went into his fucking fandom. They went into his past. They went into everything, bruv. It was crazy. Got to just sit back for an hour and just enjoy some good food. It was mad. If you guys ever watch A-listers, head over there. But yeah, big up Hussam as well. Worth the nap. And also, as a guy who is bottom row every week, please nap more. I do appreciate being able to talk about my club first. I don't get a lot of opportunities for it. But big up my guy Hussam. Big up, bro. Big up Warrior. Big up Donna. Big up everybody in here. Yeah, he outed that. He outed the Barca stuff. That's crazy. All we need is just to find him on AFTV. And then, like, the case is already closed, but we're just upping the sentence. If that happens. Or if we do find out, but we'll see. I don't have the time to check every AFTV video, but if anybody can do and they find it, please. We would love to see that footage. But yeah, what should we start off with? Cliver on fire. Disgrace. Absolute disgrace. So, we'll start off with the Nico Williams news that dropped a couple of hours ago. Literally while I was on my way to go film. Where's the tweet? Nope, that's not it. There we go. So yeah, we'll get to the Tuchel stuff. But for now, we'll talk about the Nico Williams news, which I do believe there is some truth to this, because we were looking at him in the summer. We were looking at him with Palmer and Elise. Looks like a decent player from what I've seen of him. He can play on either wing. Primarily, he can play on the left wing. Is a really good dribbler and chance creator. I've heard his finishing does need a little bit of improvement, but in terms of all the other aspects, he does seem decent. Is known to get involved with tackles and recoveries. Looks reliable when it comes to winning the ball up off the pit. High up the pitch. He's got a 43 million release clause and I think 18 months left on his contract, so he could be considering his options too. not against it. Really not against his transfer for what I've seen. Like it's not cheap, but it's not a rip-off. The real question is two different things. Number one is game time. Because we saw another article say there's no suggestion Chelsea are going to offload Sterling or Mudryk this summer, with both players committed to Chelsea. I saw Maldini drop this earlier as well. Sterling has no intention of leaving Chelsea, and I'm really not surprised. Really not surprised. That's why all the rumours I've seen of Sterling leaving is all 2025. Nothing about this year, because there's no reason for him to leave. No other club is going to give him the wages that he's on. He's in London. He's comfortable with his family. Yeah, the Chelsea fans despise him, but like, I don't think Sterling cares. I don't think he's ever cared, to be honest. So we also can't really bench him because his value is only going to continue to drop. And with Mudryk, I don't really know what the plan would be with him. Like, if Mudryk went on loan, maybe I could see this happen. But what gives if we don't make Europe, for example? Because we're already talking about Mudryk not getting enough minutes to prove himself and everything. And like, where he hasn't really done much to prove it, he also hasn't had the European competition to go around as well. So if we don't have European competition again, how are we going to get this to work? Who's going to be the one that doesn't get any game time? Now, if Mudryk goes on loan, I could see that. But that's if he goes on loan. As it stands, there's been no rumours of it. We're just talking about it from speculation. And Sterling isn't going anywhere. The right-hand side, you got Palmer, you got Sterling, you got Madueke, you might have Angelo Gabriel as well when he comes back. So where does he fit in? And that's the real question mark. The second is also he's on 100k, which apparently is after tax. So before that, it should be around 200 to 250k. So I don't know if Chelsea are willing to break their wage structure for him. So that's the confusing part. But again, I'm not against the transfer. I think he's a good player from what I've seen. So get it to happen, but like we also really do need to make Europe. We really need to make Europe. And this is why I've been on panic mode for so much of the season, because like, bro, we can't do another year out of Europe with one game a week. Like, it's limiting so many opportunities, so many more minutes that could be up for grabs. And then you get into complications like this, where you want to bring in a good winger like Nico Williams, but how do we facilitate that? How do we facilitate that? Now, to me, again, easiest thing you could do is loan Mudryk for a season. And if you go and do that, you kind of solve the problem. But depends if we want to do it. I just know Mudryk ain't going anywhere. Sterling isn't going anywhere. In terms of Madueke, I haven't heard anything about him staying or leaving. I would assume he's staying. So, hey, I don't know. But let me know what you guys are saying in the comment section as well. Big up to everybody that's locked in. Again, I appreciate all of you that have waited a full hour for us to go live. Word to Matisse, lateness is greatness and all of that. Shout out my guy. But there will be good content coming out tomorrow as a result of it. So stay tuned on Matisse's channel. Big up to Cenac. Big up to Cenac saying Nico walks into left wing today. Has 3 to 4 years La Liga experience. Yeah, I forgot to even mention that as well. Before people start complaining about his age and being like, oh, we're getting another young, inexperienced player. No. He's played for 3 seasons in La Liga. He's got like 94 appearances. We don't need to do that. He has got experience in the bank. Versatile with either feet. Has the PMP to go with the tech. Mudryk leaves alone for IQ development. I'm sold. That is the ideal scenario. Because I don't believe that they're now just saying, bang, Mudryk's a 10. That's our idea off of 45 minutes against Leeds. No, that's way too low of a surface area to even think that, all right, we've solved the Mudryk problem. No, we don't have an idea yet. So I've kind of been at this point with Mudryk for a while. Loan out the guy. Let him go and just have regular game time somewhere else. Develop his IQ. develop his game in general. We'll see what he's like in a year's time. I don't think he's done enough to justify a start here. I also just don't think he's done enough to write him off. He's just there. He's just there in it. So yeah, I agree. I agree on that. The bigger question is, and again, it's for 2025, but what do we do with Sterling? What do we do with Sterling? Because we walked into a big problem with that one. Let's just hope and pray he doesn't do a Drinkwater. Or is it a Bogard? It might initially be a Bogard. It's like we get one every decade. Last decade, it was Drinkwater who refused to leave. The decade before, it was Bogard. Now this decade, it might be Sterling. It's a little bit peak. Never mind new players, just get the right manager. You can do both. What else is everybody saying? I said I'm black myself, but why are we only after black players? I don't think it's that. Like, we did have links. You did have links from Matt Law as well, saying that we're looking after we're looking at Sesko. So does that help? I don't think it's just a thing that we're trying to make Chelsea black again or something. No, I don't think we're trying to do that. I don't think it's that, brother. But yeah, big up, my guy. Big up. I said petition to loan Mudryk to the Championship. Hey, look at what clubs are interested in him first before we even get to that point. Although, to be fair, like the Championship is becoming a more physical, I want to say more difficult league, but it's more like players are translating their form from the Championship to the Premier League a little bit better, especially from a younger age. So I won't look down on that as a potential option, but I'd rather send him to a top 5 league if you can. Not the second tier of the English league. Like that feels like it's still a bit of a step down. But I feel like we're all basically in agreement on that one. Send Sterling to Lukakuville. What, Rome? Or just send him to Italy? Oh, is that the idea we're trying to say? Loan Sterling? I mean, good luck. Because Chelsea would probably still have to pay the majority of those wages. And also, like, even at this point, I'm thinking, if you want to sell Sterling, like, who's realistically buying him? Who's realistically buying him, especially on those wages? Like, I don't know. Him we're just stuck with. Mudryk, you can try and send them out somewhere. He's got much more manageable wages too. Can't believe we gave him 300 plus. In hindsight, what an L. But yeah, Nico Williams on the radar. We also heard Sesko and Osimhen are among the leading candidates for the striker position. Apparently, there was a source from yesterday saying that we're not really looking at Tony like that. Who said that? Fabrizio. He said, I'm not sure that Chelsea are convinced on Tony anymore. I think they started to look at different strikers in terms of age. I do feel like he's just using the age as a little thing to just rile up Chelsea fans a little bit. But not too sure if we're convinced on Tony anymore. Does that mean he's dropped off the list? Does that mean he's dropped lower down the list? I don't know, but it has felt for a while that Osimhen is our number one target. So, yeah, not really too surprised by that. Sesko's rise on the list did shock me. I do need to do a little bit more research into Sesko. But then again, Leipzig are playing Madrid tonight, so that might be the perfect opportunity. Hey, it's giving me a reason to watch Champions League tonight. All right, cool. Let's get into the Tuchel stuff. Let's get into the Tuchel news. Just gonna go find the tweet for that. How many likes are we on, by the way? Probably not enough. Yeah, we're still at under 100 likes. Let's rise it up. There's over 400 of you lot in here. We can get to 200 likes. Meet me halfway, guys. Meet me halfway. There it is. So, if the Chelsea owners were willing to swallow their pride Thomas Tuchel would consider a return to Chelsea, according to Bild. Todd Bowley believes that the club was significantly better positioned with Tuchel in charge. If true, mad. Tuchel is closely monitoring what is happening at Chelsea. He is obviously not resentful and hasn't closed to the idea of returning to Todd Bowley, who obviously understood that his club was doing better with Tuchel on his bench. I don't know how they know that, first and foremost. But I feel like this is partly coming out because Tuchel's expressed a desire to return to the Premier League. And because it's seeming more and more obvious as the weeks go by that Pochettino won't be here next season, which is like, thankfully, soon we will be free at last. Thank the Lord. But yeah, part of me feels like it's mostly speculation. But if you want to talk about uniting a lot of the fan base and a way for Clearlake to regain support, this would be one way to do it. Bring back Tuchel. I guess you bring a lot more of the match-going fans on your side. Tuchel, I don't know if he's going to find a better job. I know United are interested, to be fair, but I mean, that's just mid-off. That's just a giant mid-off right now. I don't know who else would be interested in him. Especially in England. I'm not too sure. Now, I've said before, this is arguably a better team than when Tuchel left. And with a lot of the squad from them being removed, you wouldn't really have to worry too much about the worry of him falling out with players resurfacing. The bigger issue would be is that it's just happened a lot of the time with him. And it's just at least now a different squad, if this was to happen. But it's speculative. I believe he wants to return to the Premier League. Does that mean he wants Chelsea? Does that mean it has to be Chelsea? I don't know. Now, I'll take him over Poch. I do still think he's a good tactician for the most part, but I also can't ignore the fact that Bayern are playing awful football. He's fallen out with players there again. He's fallen out with likes of Muller, likes of De Ligt. Apparently has the lowest points per game and goals per game since 2011. And he got knocked out of both cups by second tier and third tier opposition. So there is that too. And I would be a little bit biased if I didn't bring that up. So I do have to address the fact that it ain't working at Bayern. It ain't working at Bayern right now. I'm sure if Steve comes on to stream, he's got a lot of things to say about Tuchel, and I don't think any of them are good. So I do have to say that as well, just so we can be completely impartial on the whole Tuchel situation. But I don't know if I could say no. I don't know if I could say no. It's not. I don't know. It's not as ideal as when he walked in 2021. Just because he's gone out since then and he has failed. Do I believe he could turn it around at Chelsea? Maybe. But I can't sit here and guarantee it. I can't sit here and say, bring Tuchel back and everything is sorted. Everything is sorted. I just think it unifies everybody. He would get you a structure. Questions would be asked, what do we do with the wingers? Because we'll probably go to a back five again. And if we do that, what happens to likes of Mudryk, Madueke? Or if we get Nico Williams, what's the plan with him? I don't know. I don't know. He's better than Poch. That's the one thing I will stand here and say. He is better than Pochettino. But I mean, the bar is literally in the lowest section of hell with Mauricio Pochettino too. So it's not really worth a lot. It's not really worth a lot. What are you guys saying? I'm going to drop a poll. Would you take Tuchel back? Actually, I'm also going to put in brackets emotions aside. Because I know a lot of you, man, are going to start thinking with your heart. I'm going to say, yeah, bring back Tuchel, man. Super Tommy T. I'm trying to keep that. I'm trying to hide that. I'm trying to say, no, stop talking. I need to think logically. Gotta think logically. Like, he did show a lot when he was at Chelsea, but I also can't ignore the fact that, like, the last 6 to 8 months absolutely stunk. It absolutely stunk. And he's gone to Bayern, and it stunk. So, I mean, there's a lot of, like, good memories there and everything, but, like, you can't ignore what's staring you in the face. And especially after, like, also hands up just completely ignored how shit Poch was at PSG. I'm not about to ignore how Tuchel's performing at Bayern. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me in it. So, yeah. I don't know. What's the poll saying? Yes at 57%. Only 57 though. 58 now. So you guys are relatively undecided. So I don't know. What are the guys saying? We got no, yes, Mudryk wingback. Nope, yes, no, yes, no. There seems to be more no's in the comments than there are in the poll. So the guys who are against are a lot more vocal about it. The guys that are for it aren't really speaking too much. After Klopp leaves, tactically, Tuchel will be the second best manager in the Premier League. That's part of the thing that's still keeping me on side to a point. Because I did see him take a Chelsea team that was sitting at 9th place to a UCL. So part of me does think he can fix problems. But the real question is he a long-term manager? I feel like that's the real question. And I don't know about that. Maldini's changed his mind. He said bring Tuchel's a brilliant tactician. Fair enough. Big up Emmanuel saying, I'm so split. I miss Tuchel, but he looks washed, not going to lie. You're kind of where I am. Part of me, I wish we just kept Tuchel over this entire mess for 2 seasons. But from everything we saw in 2022 and the stuff at Bayern, it doesn't look like the greatest case. It doesn't look like the greatest case. At least when we brought Mourinho back, he succeeded everywhere he went. So like it looked like an easy decision to make. Oh, Mourinho's free. Bang, take him. Bring him back. Tuchel's like, I mean, you won a Bundesliga on the last day because Dortmund bottled it. Everything I'm reading about you at Bayern does not sound good. Everything Steve says about Bayern doesn't sound good. I don't know. Offensive tactics are arse. If you have shame, say no. It's a tricky one. A little bit of a tricky one. Yes, sure, yes. Nah, no. What are we at now? 64%. Yeah. The yeses are starting to win. Anyone that was Poch or Potterin should have no say if Tuchel comes out. Okay, fine, fair enough. Just say my name next time. Just say my name. But thank you. Yes. All right, cool. Everyone's undecided. Everybody's undecided. I speak for the people with an IQ above 1. Absolutely not. You're ridiculous. I big up to Joel. Big up to Joel, my guy. Big up, brother. Talking about Tuchel switching his tactics in mid-game. That's a fair point. Argument for Tuchel is quite... I don't know. I'm sitting on the fence with this one. I'm going to be so real. I'm going to be so real with you. I'm sure this will be a great discussion when the panel comes through. This will be a really good discussion. Warrior says, not going to lie, not going to take Tuchel. Fair enough. Yeah, everyone's 50-50. Everybody's 50-50. Well, the chat's 50-50 on it. What else was there? There was a little scare piece about Stamford Bridge. Apparently now we need to spend 6 years away from Stamford Bridge while it's being redeveloped. Somehow it's gone from 3 years to 6, but okay. Just take Elscourt if we still have the chance. That's it. I don't really care too much past that. Like, there's not really a lot to say in this article anyway. It's all speculative. We don't even know what we're doing with Stamford Bridge. But apparently now the time frame has been doubled. But okay. So again, why I didn't put it on the title for no reason. There's no point doing it. Is Tuchel my first choice? No. Is he better than managers like Poch and De Zerbi and Amorim? Yes. That's a fair article. Fair enough. No, I only said that because I was initially Pottering and I was initially Poching, and I do still feel a little bit embarrassed by that because two absolute dickheads, dumb and dumber, bruv, dumb and dumber. Yeah, I know it's the pitch owners. That's the reason why we haven't resolved this situation like over 20 years. And I don't think it's going to get resolved anytime soon. So expect them ticket prices to just go up and up and up. Can't wait for the 10 to 15% increase in my season ticket next season. It is what it is. But yeah, let me send the link out. We'll see what everybody else is saying. I'm sure this will be a great discussion about Tuchel. Hit the like button, subscribe, all of that shit. Let's see what everyone's saying. And yeah, again, apologies for being an hour late, because it is what it is when it's 10:15 as usual, but an hour is just long. An hour is just a piss take. Oh, at least the laptop's moving quick. That's a good start. This shit is inconsistent as Sterling, but here's what it is. Calm. Yes, guys. What were we saying?
Hey.
Tuchel remontada, anyone?
Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes.
Go on, Fata. Let's sell everyone on Tuchel.
Honestly, better coach Poch, man. Better coach than Poch. He's got a CV.
Why is that the benchmark?
He's got a CV.
Exactly.
He's got a CV, man.
I'm not even shitting. I'm probably a better coach than Poch. I shouldn't get the job.
Bro, Fatter, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You went to games. You saw it, bro. You saw it, bro.
What, the stop in Bayern Munich? I don't give a fuck.
No, mate. He's not. Nah, mate. We should have used sentiment to say let's advocate for managers. No, man. Move forward.
I don't think he would do a better job than he did last time.
Fuck sentiment, man. Fuck that sentiment. I'm taking him back.
There's no reason why you bring Tuchel back then, apart from sentiment.
I don't think he's going to be good as he was before at Chelsea. I don't think he's going to be any good.
Big up, Lewis.
I disagree.
I don't think he will. What do you think he's going to? What do you think he's going to do?
Do you think he has the temperament for these youngsters?
I think you get the best out of the squad. I bet you 100 quid you can get the best out of the squad.
Yeah, but what about if we don't qualify for nothing? If we don't qualify for Europe, like this
we
season?
will qualify for Europe. Allow it, man. We'll qualify with his players. We will qualify for Europe.
Yeah, but with this manager, no confidence.
I don't know, man.
So if the only argument is for being better than Poch, then we're already doomed. That's why I didn't even want to bring that one up.
That's not even a benchmark.
Like, I think he's got a good defensive structure. The real question was more the attackers, if anything.
Yeah.
Fuck the three at the back system. He's going to
and
implement
long
that.
term, and if he can manage long term.
Yo, just
People's
not no to
arguments
Tuchel
for
in it.
wanting and not wanting Poch are insane. Like,
Just not
just
wanting
insane.
him in it.
If you don't want De Zerbi over Tuchel, you're out of your mind.
Do we really think Bodie's gonna take Tuchel back?
Exactly. Like
No,
you
no,
think
he
he's
won't.
gonna,
Nope.
like
He has too much
Really?
pride, mate.
I think it's
Really?
speculative.
No.
I also think bringing Tuchel back is a very easy way to get a section of fans back onto your side.
There you
that's
go.
just based
Thank
on
you.
That's why I couldn't rule it out. Because I'm thinking,
So-
look
so
at them being the
fans-
hero
so
bringing Tuchel
So
back.
it's pandering to the fans.
Exactly.
Again?
Yeah.
That's what I
That's what
think
we're
it
doing
would
now.
be.
Never.
Beat the
You're
fans,
so
man. Look
stupid.
what
Lewis,
the
if you
fuck-
bring
That
him
worked
back,
out
though,
last
like,
time, didn't
If
it?
you pander to the
if you bring
fans,
him
that
back, he
means
just looks so
I'm gonna just
stupid.
give up on you. I'm just gonna
JC,
give up.
DM me, brother. Twitter or Instagram, DM me.
Brother, what we
Like,
doing
I'll be
there,
real.
man?
There are decent reasons for and against. The fact that I'm hearing the first four is he's better than Poch in the first against because he plays a back three. Those are stupid. Those are stupid reasons, like why you would want him and why you wouldn't.
Bro,
Those
I
are
just
stupid
want to see
reasons.
that back three. That same back three, Scott. Remember, you were pissed about that in the first game of the season. Remember, and you were onto me saying that he's going to continue that same back three. We can't do it. That's a system that is so negative to the players we have, and I do not agree with
No,
it.
it's not.
I just, I think it is. It is. It
No,
doesn't
it's
allow
not.
no play-
Our team right now
Oh.
suits a back three.
Oh, Gio.
Yeah.
Gio over that, man. Keep
Who's-
it.
I
Who's our
wasn't
left
saying
back?
negative.
Hang on,
Like,
our
my
left
problem with the
back-
back three is that we
hang
don't
on.
play it
Our
enough,
left
and they don't
back-
seem comfortable
Our
with
first
it.
choice left back is a shit left back. He's a decent left wing back.
The personnel we
Our
can
midfielders
change
are
whatever.
really
We can
good.
sell these.
And we
They
got
always
two.
don't like-
We got two
All
players
that
that can
saying
play
that
wing
we
back.
can't let's not
Our
go back
right
to
back is
sentiment
better
and bring
than
this
their
guy
right
back
Our
because of
left
the
back,
fact that,
apart from Alfonso Davies, nah, no way.
bro, let's not.
Let's not.
No, I don't think we should go player to player with Bayern.
Let's just.
Let's stop with this
Yeah,
like,
that's
revisionism
a
BS,
big
fam.
mistake. That's a
Let's just
horrible mistake.
Let's just look forward. If we're gonna sack the manager that we have now, let's look forward. Let's not go back to
What's the worst thing
this
that
man.
can happen? You are scared that he's not
Yep.
going to be on the same
No.
page again.
You look so
It's not about
stupid
worst
if
that
you
can
hire
happen.
that
The
guy
worst that
again.
can happen. The worst that can happen is the same that's happened at PSG, the same that happened at Dortmund, the same that happened at Bayern. That's that he falls out with everyone.
Yep.
As has happened at every club he's been at outside of Chelsea, and even at Chelsea,
He's
he
out.
maybe fell out with the owners.
I'm
And
scared.
is he going to change if he comes
And-
back? No, he was still
No,
not.
it's not actually. No, I'm lying. He fell out with players at Chelsea. It's just the players he fell out with
Come on.
Chelsea didn't matter at Jot.
Yeah, Lukaku.
That's why my biggest question against Tuchel would be more: can he last long term without
Nope.
falling
No.
out with everybody?
No, he won't. But
Absolutely.
I'm
Interim
telling you.
max.
In terms of a
Yeah,
manager,
yeah,
like I
but-
don't really have much against him except the
say,
fact
like,
that he went to Bayern and it hasn't
I
worked.
can't question Tuchel tactically, really. Like,
Mhm.
especially with I think the system that our team would suit. But his man management is pathetically bad. Like, it's
Mhm.
awful. It's terrible. And I'm on the same thing of Ibs of just like I just prefer to look forward personally. I don't think we should
forward,
look
guys,
backwards.
man.
I just prefer to look forward. But like, there are reasons why I can understand people would want him back, but because he's better than Poch, and just because to pander to these fans are two of the most ludicrous answers I think I've heard as to why we should get him back. That's insane.
hey, Scott.
Oh no, I'm not saying
actually
that's
do-
why we should. I think that's why they would. I don't
Cool,
think it would be
that's
smart.
fucking terrible.
I think
That would
it'd
tell
be a
me all I
pandering
need to know about
decision.
it. If
You feel
everything
me?
up to this
Pander
point,
to us.
if everything up to this point didn't tell me enough about these owners, doing that for that reason would.
Oh, here
If
comes
all you're going to do is pander to the fucking match going fans, then cool. We're never going to get anywhere. These match going fans are a bunch of crackheads.
Yep.
No, yeah, we
Yeah,
agree.
pretty much.
Yeah, bro.
Just genuinely,
Pretty much.
you
Oh, man.
pander to fans. This is why
I'm
you are
Giroud
a
post.
whole owner and we are fans. You set the precedent. We just supporting it. Like what we're gonna? Oh, we want Tuchel back. Oh, because the fans want Tuchel back. Let me drop my pride and say sorry. What? Are we gonna have pictures of Tuchel and Bowley holding hands, say we've reunited, getting millions of likes on Twitter or something? Nah, man. Let's move on, man. Let's move on.
I mean,
move on,
hey,
man.
yo, Lewis, you got a point. If
What's
this is
up?
gonna
You
be,
got to go here.
Well, let's see that go.
yeah, no, I'm just gonna be quick. If you have a point as far as if this is gonna be like a short, let's say this is only for 2 years, 2 years of Tuchel, I'd sign up for that just because, A, it's not seen as being like we're not looking backwards because this is a totally new team compared to the one that he had when he was here. Second, he's not going to be. We don't have a lot of egos like what we had with the team that he left. My whole thing is that team when Tuchel came, they were all young and hungry, and they just wanted to prove themselves. What kind of team and what kind of dynamic do we have now? We have young, hungry players who want to prove themselves. So he's walking into the same dynamic that he had when he came around the first time. The only thing is, I'm not going to be delusional like I was the first time and think that he's going to be here for like the same amount of time as Pep or Klopp, like where they've been here for like 7+ years. No, let's do it as a 2-year thing. Let's get them to have some confidence, and then hopefully we'll see who comes around as a new manager, and then win more sustainably later on down the line. But the Tuchel hire, if we were to hire him, it's more as a stabilizer rather than something that we're able to build with him, because Tuchel's a stabilizer. He's not someone that we're going to actually build the franchise through, if that makes sense.
So, Sinek, sorry to cut you off, my bro.
Yeah.
Do you reckon then sacking Pochettino at the end of the season, we then need to hire a manager to stabilize, or we do need to start to hire a manager to build on? Because bringing in Tuchel at the end of the season after sacking Pochettino, in my opinion, will be very useless. What the hell is that for? To stabilize? Stabilize what? The season's over.
We won a UCL in 6 months. So, with lesser players.
That was mid-season. But that was mid-season.
Why do you hold on?
So
can I Sinak, before you keep going, all right?
Yeah.
I just want to disagree with a little bit of what you said, and then we can and then you can keep going, because I think you're building on it. The lesser players that he had, or the same younger play, that's not what he had when he came into the squad. Apart from 3 young guys, the rest of the squad was very, very like he had his back line was Rudiger, Thiago Silva, and
Aspie, yeah.
His goalkeeper was Mendy. His 2 midfielders were Jorginho and Kante. Right? So apart from Havertz, Mount, and Reece, who else young was he playing on a consistent basis? Who did he rely on? And in some of those older players, you have Alzheimer's in there. So you can't knock that down. It's very different what he's coming into now than what he was coming into then. He knew that he could get those old-timers to perform at their best level. Jorginho won a midfielder of the year. Mendy was almost goalkeeper of the year. He should have won it, right? You saw what Kante did, right? Even the young guys in the Champions League, they were midfielder. They did really well, but it wasn't 10 players or 8 players who were under 20, 23 that he was working with. It was 3 of them.
Yeah, so the level of
game.
players that we have, like let's start with like midfield. The defense, I'm not gonna debate you on that, because I think we had a more experienced defense, and also they were a lot more talented to suit what Tuchel wanted to do. I'll give you the defense. In the midfield, we have a better midfield compared to what we had with Jorginho and Kovacic.
No.
Not naming Kante, but at the same time, it's
the midfield that won that Champions League that you mentioned was Jorginho. And
I'm talking about talent. I'm talking about talent wise. You know what I'm saying?
But none of them match Kante though. They're not as talented as Kante.
No, not even close. Yeah.
And even Jorginho, why we acting like Jorginho was a bum? Like I don't like his style of play, but he was very talented. He was European midfielder of the year. Oh no, player of the year.
But let's say if you swap out Enzo with Jorginho, are you saying that we won't get the same level of play, or would you? You're saying we won't?
Are you crazy? No, you won't.
Okay, that's your opinion. Okay,
Jorginho at that level of
experience and at age.
In those games where Jorginho was losing the ball 3 times a game. I've seen Enzo lose it 27, 28 times. It's different players, right? But the way his job in the team, and what you asked, and the way our system was set up with Kante was funneling players to him. It was funneling players to him for him to make the last tackle, which he could do. He's a lot better at tackling than Enzo is.
You just set it up
Reads the
for
game a
me. It
lot
was the
better than
system.
Enzo does.
The system that he was playing in with that Jorginho was playing in helped him be able to not have the ball taken off of him 3 times, along with his experience. Yes, I get that. You're set, but I'm saying that with Enzo,
player, he's different.
yeah,
like
and I'm saying with Enzo being in a good system, because when he was with Benfica and he wasn't as turnover prone as what we're seeing here at Chelsea. He was seen as like, oh, he's the next one up. This is remarkable what he was doing.
Hold on, I'm not saying he's not talented,
2-3
but
months.
you can't say he's better than somebody who was European Player of the Year in that year, because you were comparing it to the Champions League winning year. You can't compare it to those guys because it's a different, like, it's
only
different. The
comparing.
experience was different. Like,
I'm only comparing the fact that if these kids were to have something, a more consistent system under Tuchel, and the fact that Tuchel he rubs people the wrong way, like that's a given. But the reason why that dynamic with that team worked is because nobody was trying to oppose him at that time. They were all like, all right, we need to win, we need to get better, we need to do better. So they all soaked up his tactics like a sponge. They were all like sponges. Both the kids that were in the team and the experienced players. Now they're seeing like time does heal all as far as looking back at them. But at the time, we weren't speaking the same way that we're speaking about them now. The difference is they won the UCL. So that's why I'm saying if we had like, and it doesn't even have to be Tuchel. It can be whoever. If these kids that we have now, if they're under a better manager with a more sustainable system, they're going to prove, or I'm sorry, they're going to show a lot more than what we've seen the last 18 months. I'm not saying that they're going to go and win the UCL. None of us in our most rational minds thought we were going to win the UCL after being 9th in the league in December. Like none of us did. But at the same time, if it just showed the level that Tuchel was as far as him being an elite manager. Right now, I can't say that Tuchel's going to walk into this team and then we'll just go back to being third with the people that we have now. No, but I know that we're going to have progression. We're going to show more progression than, let's say, if we were to stay with Poch or go with De Zerbi, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. He's got CV than De Zerbi. That's the thing, because you want to have some progression as well. But with this team, Tuchel guarantee at least top 5 with this squad.
Oh man, I think
I wouldn't even say guarantee, but maybe be more competitive.
Yeah. I'd say he would probably finish like top 3 with him.
Top 3 with this.
I would say if anything, we wouldn't be.
We barely
top 3 in
guarantee.
We struggled to get top 4 across both of his seasons.
Yep.
With
that first season, we had to rely on.
Yeah, like the top 3 is crazy. I just think it compete for top 4.
Top 3 is crazy. I think.
Nah, but would it surprise you though?
If he
yes. It would massively surprise me.
What is he doing at Bayern that he could do better at Chelsea?
Said top 3. I've never said top 3.
Man management, number 1.
Not you.
Yeah.
One you.
My guy went in there and alienated their best midfielder by MR. Straight away, by the way, he alienated their first choice midfielder. He's managed. He, depending on how you view the Kim Min Jae thing from yesterday, he dropped their best defender in a muckling game yesterday for no reason. He alienated De Ligt. Only just recently started bringing him back into the team. This is what I'm saying. If he comes back to Chelsea, my brother has to learn how to deal with people. Learn how
exactly,
especially with these young players, bro.
You can't have an ego and play under Tuchel.
That's why I disagree with the young players thing. If you can't follow his tactics, this is why it's just funny. You want him to come in and work with players like Mudryk. He's not going to work with these kind of guys.
We saw as much as
Mudryk, he needs to go on alone regardless of who comes in.
He's not working with you, bro.
I don't want us to go back, my own.
Even Noni and a lot of these guys, they're not very tactically sound.
We saw Daniel, as much as I don't like him, right? And like the video was funny at the
Bro.
time. When you deep it, that video of him getting mad at Gallagher, like I understand Gallagher's a brain dead player, but so are a couple of these players. Like we've seen it before. If you don't fit his system or you're not getting on his system, go and look, by the way, about how he dealt with Emre Moore, who was a Dortmund. This guy was ignoring him in training, and so he made him do push-ups and laps in front of everyone, in front of the whole team.
Go to the
He
Southampton
shouted
game
in training
last season
because
Go
he
back to
didn't. He wasn't doing what he wanted.
Go back
And
to
that's
the
what I'm saying. Like
Southampton game
there
last
are
season
certain
when
things
we
where
lost.
you can
You
get
have the
away
same
with that
mind,
with
by
certain
the way.
people. Yeah, you can
Guys,
get away with
guys,
that with certain people.
we do
Like-
know that Tuchel is a. I just get what I want out of you. I don't care where I actually play you. So if he's going to play you at wing back, he's going to play you at wing back. He's going to play you at number 10. All of this, this guy needs to play as the 6. He needs to play as the 8 next to this. All that shit don't matter. Tuchel's
So we're
going to
gonna
play you
have
where he wants to play.
So are we gonna have the
So
players
how is
out
he
of
going to?
position again?
Of course, you're going to play out of position.
So is that what we want?
But I mean, it's
Okay.
like if he
Obviously
doesn't care
not.
about that, right? He doesn't care about that. If he sees that he can get something really good out of a certain player, he's gonna do it. Now, I think the 5 at the back might suit those 2 center mids. It might do it, but the 3 at the back does not suit this back 3 at all. These center backs
No.
are not good in the back 3. I promise you they're
No.
not. The
Don't
wide
compare
areas,
the back
Disasi
three
in the
and-
wide areas, trash. Cole in the wide areas, trash. And you might think, oh well, it was Tuchel that was coaching Rudiger. He didn't coach. He just put him in a position where that's all he had to focus on. His aggression and curving off the left side. So it worked for him. But he still has to do it. He still has to be good 1v1. I like Colwell, but 1v1 on the wing? Come on, you know what's gonna happen to him.
Colwell
You know
on the
what's gonna
wing,
happen.
man.
So it's like, why do you want to see that?
This is just a testament to
At the end of the day, you cannot compare Tuchel's back 3 to Poch's back 3. There's both. They're
Poch
both
doesn't play a back 3.
Yeah,
He plays him
Exactly.
at left
Yeah,
back.
Last
it's not-
game.
it's not the same, aren't they?
Poch is just doing hope and prayer
But
right
Tuchel's
now.
back 3 is better
So-
than Poch's back 3. Allow it.
Yeah, but Poch
Poch just wants to
obviously-
protect the point. That's all he cares about.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like with if let's say if like worst scenario happens and Tuchel becomes the coach, I wouldn't be like pissed off. All right, because
I'll
like
be slightly
my first choice would be between Amarim or if like by the grace of God we're able to get Xabi Alonso.
dog.
Those are the
Big up,
two
Matt.
I would pick.
Big up,
Yeah.
man. Well done.
Xabi Alonso's going to Liverpool.
Yeah.
No, I think he's
Or
Yeah,
he
that would
might
be
go into
unlikely.
Bayern. You know,
Yeah.
we don't know.
Bayern.
But those are those. If I had to choose, I would go with either
We'll
one of
see
those.
second season Alonso in it because he's already been Leverkusen for 1 season. We'll see in the second season.
Has there only been 1 season?
No, I
He's
think he
been
was
one
there
and a
last
half.
season.
He was
One
there
and a
last
One and a
season.
half.
Yeah, he came to save
Yeah, I
last
thought he
season. They
was.
were in relegations. They were in the relegation zone last season.
Yeah, they were 17th when he joined them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Wow, that is crazy.
Can you bring up?
Yeah.
Can you bring up that
What
super
are you
chat?
saying, Fatima?
Yeah,
bro?
big up to David saying Pep alienated Torre and Eto. Man only care about man management when results aren't good. Was Fergie
difference
a
is-
poor man manager when he kicked the boot at Beckham?
Do
Fair.
people understand what the difference is? What are Bayern winning right now? Where are Bayern? What was Pep doing and Fergie doing? They were winning. That's why you can do it, and it don't matter. That's why you can, that's why you can kick Ibra out of the team, and it don't matter because you're still
What a
winning.
player.
Exactly.
Like,
And he can
if
go to
Tuchel was
Mourinho
top,
and say,
if Tuchel was top and they were winning, no one gives a fuck of what he's doing to Kimmich and them, man. They're fucking
Yeah.
10 points on top.
And
Then it
they
matters.
each had,
Also,
they each
you
had
can't.
Messi
The
and
best
Ronaldo.
players, the
That's-
best
that's
players in
actually
the
a fair
squad
point.
can't hate.
Well, I will say
the
Pep
best
walked
players with
in
the
and then
most
kicked out
reach
Eto
in the squad
and
can't fucking
Ronaldinho.
hate you,
I
bro.
was gonna, and Dan, and I'm with you're talking about that scenario at multiple clubs. It was the same at Dortmund. The reason he was sacked at Dortmund is because the 3 most influential players in the team he tried to take out of the team. You can't do that because you're going to get sacked. At PSG, he fell out with Leonardo. Like, I know he's a wanker anyway, but like, you can't do that. Just unless you're winning
Yes, but do you
consistently,
understand that
even then
Tuchel
sometimes it
is
don't
not
matter.
back 3? Tuchel is not restricted to back 3 system.
Wait, what was that? Is that JC?
Why do people
Yeah,
come in here and fantasize?
I
man?
big up JC, bro. What was it you wanted to say, bro?
Yeah, I just want to. I mean, there are a lot of assumptions we make because of his tenure at Chelsea. But if you look at the history of Tuchel and he start from Mainz, then Dortmund, then PSG, he never sticks to one system. He never stick to one system in Mainz. Mainz was a very annoying team when he was managing, because every week they played a different system and they played it very well. And they were a very low table team. But then he decided, like, we are going to play annoying football. The opponent, whatever the opponent does not like to play, we will play that system. And he kicked everybody there.
Why are we going back 7
His-
years? He hasn't done that since.
Right, let him
Exactly.
finish. Let him finish.
His philosophy is also very clear. He demands respect for each other and certain discipline in the team ethics. And that he has had problems with that at Mainz. Yes, I totally agree. He also had episodes with Lukaku where he clearly put it like a collective responsibility. Like it was like the team elders, you can say. They make a collective decision on what to do with his interview, because this was disrespect. If Kova is late by 15 minutes, he comes and shows him the watch. I mean, it's disrespect to the remaining team. Why are you late? These are discipline, simple things which these kids will need. I mean, you need to be recovering. He will do that. He knows all the tactics, and moreover, coaching. I mean, he will make you if you have a bad touch, if you don't have good control of the ball, he will be training you with small balls, with tennis balls. He will change the system of the shape of the field. He will change the shape of the field if you are not able to break the low blocks. He will bloody make the whole field as a low block. You only have to play in that and train in that. He improved players like Malang Sarr. I mean, Malang Sarr was balling at left back. Nobody expected that. I do not know, like whether he will bring us top 4, but he will certainly do is improve the standards of the team. And he will be tactically spot on. In-game management, he will not wait for 70 minutes. He will change it in 5 minutes, in 3 minutes. He sees things faster. He comes up with solutions faster. He brings the focus. And once he has a tailor-made system for the team, then, as he says, then you repeat, and you perfect it. If I look at De Zerbi, yeah, he has one system and he will stick to it, whatever happens. He's not flexible in that, but he's a good manager. Everybody is a good manager. If you look at Amorin, he's a back 3 with high press, or a double pivot of like parking the bus in against Arsenal when he beat Arsenal in the Europa League. It was totally like defense and counter attack. But he's also not very flexible, as we have seen. He's more like Mourinho, Amorin.
I've seen questions about how the midfield would work on the Amorim.
Yeah,
But in terms of
the Zerbi is only one-dimensional as well. That's the thing.
Yeah. So if you want somebody who has the brains to not only change the system but also make players ready for that, and make the changes in the training ready for that. That Tuchel has shown he does that.
they're saying he'd be the most versatile choice that we could have.
And if you look at Bayern, Nagelsmann had problem with those Bayern players because Nagelsmann had the same philosophy as Tuchel.
I remember he had issues with Lewandowski, but I don't really remember too many other players.
Lewandowski left.
Yeah, the senior players. Yeah, they don't like to train hard, run hard, and all that, and work through the system.
And the old City player as well who played for him.
Yeah, so that kind of football is like coming from Rangnick, from Klopp, from Tuchel, from Nagelsmann. They are all like that, and Bayern didn't like Nagelsmann, but the new guy they brought in was the same. So it's not necessary like he's washed. He's not. I mean, it happens. You change the organization, you change the work, and sometimes it doesn't work. It doesn't mean you are finished.
Yeah, I didn't want to write him off of that, but you did have to look at the whole Bayern situation and think like the last year at Chelsea wasn't great in terms of footballing perspective. He's gone to Bayern. They're
Horrible.
pulling out some of the worst stats in over a decade.
Like,
But I'm not gonna write off your points as well. I do hear what you're saying. He'd be a versatile option for us. I think we might
No,
be
but
tougher to break down under Tuchel as well, potentially.
come on,
So,
Lewis. You gotta challenge someone.
Yeah, I
Come on.
don't know. I've been on the fence the entire stream with Tuchel.
Bayern did
no,
not-
but how can he say he
Wait,
made Malik Sarr better and he was
Left
balling
back.
that left back and you just let that slide? Like these
Yeah,
are lies.
I
This can't
just
be a
wanted to
full-
move.
this
I
can't
I
be a
wanted to
full
move from that one. I'll be so
Tuchel
real.
version, like, you know,
I didn't know how
there's
to
a lot
respond
going
to the
on.
SAR stuff.
I
'cause-
couldn't roll with that one, man. And
There's a lot
I'm
going
Yeah,
on.
but
even.
Sarr
Nobody
is
said
not
nothing.
like he's not an excellent player, but he still managed. When he needed a player, other players had injury. Sarr managed.
So you're saying more he was able to get by with SAR?
He was able to take maximum.
Okay, I
out
think
of
that
it.
might be fairer. That might be
No, it's
fairer.
not. We suffer, bro.
I wouldn't
what?
say we
Sarr
got
was
SAR
What the
balling
hell?
out, but you managed to
No,
coexist
no.
with SAR on the pitch.
He had a situation
Oh
and he
my
took out
God.
the best solution out of it.
You see our run up until his second.
I mean,
You
he's not
remember that,
putting
right?
Yeah,
like
the football was
Chilwell
not
as a
good.
left
Can
wing,
you
you know.
remember? Can we discuss that? Lewis, I joined your stream, my brother, the summer.
And to be
Tuchel was
honest,
here.
to Tuchel,
Yeah,
I mean, he
remember
also suffered from
chatting
injuries.
with him, all up until his sacking, until the day after his sacking, the Champions League defeat to was it Zagreb? We were
Yeah,
we were in
Zagreb.
Yeah,
we were in
Zagreb, yeah.
turmoil. We were like, what the fuck? If you cast your mind back to Southampton defeat, he had a pre like in-game team talk with the lads in the game. If you saw Sterling's reaction, any blind man will know that this guy has lost the dressing room. From pre-season, this guy was ousting the players. Same players, same results. In which I took that as, you know what, we're done. We're done at it. Our managers come out and said, yo, we're done at it. We're done at it. So for that reason alone, I knew that this guy's demise was painful to see. He can't come back. Let's just move forward. I don't understand. The guy's management is not good enough in which for these youngsters.
You know, if I would say that is a different squad of players.
Yeah, even Tuchel said flip the whole squad after that game.
In my opinion, he's going to come in and he's not going to do better. He's not going to do better than Pochettino. I don't believe. No.
I think he'd do better than Pochettino. I just don't think it means a lot that he was.
Again, that shouldn't be.
That's the thing. Like a low bar.
I don't think.
Yeah, that shouldn't be the benchmark. The only thing I'll say about
one question for everybody: how many managers who are currently in football do you think will be able to beat Real Madrid? Will be able to beat Manchester City, win Champions League with Werner and Havertz at the top?
No, but that's different. That's a different squad entirely. That was just based on attack, Mikey. It was based on a sound defense, tactically astute defense in Rudiger, in Thiago Silva, Aspilicueta, as Daniel alluded to at the beginning of the stream. That was based on we were defensively sound. He masterminded that defense based on experience. The midfield of Jorginho and Kante, Reece James coming into, and now adding the little boys of Mount, Reece James, maybe a little bit of Tammy Abraham to add to the mix. We were cooking. We did well, but you can't compare that to this squad. I'm sorry, you can't.
But before Tuchel came, Rudiger was wanting to leave. Same with Christensen.
And he came and he improved him. And yes, we give him that credit. Yeah, but Rudiger was already he's already an established player. He's already there. You know, it's not like he's a Levi Colwill coming up the ranks, or he's not like that. I just don't want us to look back, guys. Sorry, I want us to move forward. Like, let's not come back on sentiment. I believe it's sentiment that we are calling for Tuchel, because if it's not other than the Champions League, we won't be calling him. We might as well call back Roberto Di Matteo while we're at it. You know what I'm trying to say? That's just my opinion in it. So we just move forward.
Yeah, but one final point I will say is, like, it's not happening. I don't think Bully will take him back. But if they do, then they are willing to get back to get back and do something like they are going to go to the length. If they have to take back Tuchel, they will bite the bullet and take him back, and that would be a good sign. But I don't think it is happening.
Yeah, I don't think it really happens either. Even the article is more speculative.
I'll be if it does come. The one unnegotiable should be you don't have anything to do with transfers. I don't care. You don't have any input.
He
That's the
only
one.
should be.
That's the one unnegotiable.
Oh
At
my
least,
God.
at least he's
God
trying to
bless
get
you.
the feedback. At least is what he can do.
No,
Give
fuck
that
feedback,
direct
fuck
to
anything. You don't have any input into who we buy. Your talent ID stinks. I don't care.
Zero
You
input.
have zero
please.
input. We get you the players and you get the best out of them. That's it.
Yeah. Just have a say input, but not like
Yeah, but
scouting
what
and all.
happens
It's
when
not there.
what happens when he doesn't like the players that you get him?
Then Dan, that's a bridge that we have to cross when we come to it.
Oh my God. Are we
Same
really
players,
like
same results.
That's the thing, and that's the
Tuchel pulling
problem.
out
And
the
this
board?
is what I was saying.
If you don't
Pull out the
collaborate with the people getting the players for you, and they get players that you don't want, and then you don't play them, because
Bro,
Tuchel's
I
not a
don't
player.
trust it.
Tuchel's
Like,
not
but the
somebody
problem
who's
is, I
gonna
don't
play
trust him.
somebody if he doesn't care whether you pay
Daniel,
money for them or
I
not.
fully
He's not
understand
gonna
that.
play you.
Bro, look, I'm sorry. Like, I just don't look at what he's doing when he has control of transfers and has control of who he chooses. Like, my man said that Gallagher was a Kante replacement. He thought Gallagher could be the deepest midfielders in the two.
But that's not even based
He
on
was
transfer.
he wanted
He can still
Delict
do that.
at Chelsea,
He can still
and
do
then he
that.
gets him and benches him. Like, he's bringing in Derek Dyer to buy it. Like, this man's talent ID reeks, and that's he can't be involved in transfers.
Brother.
He can't.
I think he's
Brother.
the same type of guy that if you give if Gallagher signs some way somehow, Tuchel's gonna play him a lot.
I think everyone
These
will
are
play
the,
Gallagher.
these are the, these are the things that he
Chelsea's-
does. So it's like, you know,
He
you
did
can't
try.
It's a
force
little
it.
bit different.
You can say, yo,
Under
Lavia
Rahman-
should play and this guy should play, but you can't force that out of him.
And Chelsea club structure has also changed. Under Rahman, it was more top down, so he had to work well with few people. Marina, Petr Cech, that's it, and little bit sometimes shake hand with Rahman. But now it's more like a team, collective, and everything. So he will burn some bridges there, and because it will be like it's an organization, many people around the
But
corridors.
he preferred working with just Czech, and you know what I mean. Like that's what he liked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to
Just
be honest
coach.
with you,
He liked to
that's
coach. He said,
for
"I don't want
himself.
anything. I just want to coach."
Yeah.
I don't see Oli going back on his sacking and rehiring him. I don't see that. I don't think that's the type of character he is. I think he has more bollocks than that.
All right. I have only a few minutes before I gotta go pick up my kids. Here's the
Don't
thing,
worry.
people that actually the wrong question is asking. It's not about Tuchel and Pochettino. It's about Tuchel versus all the links that we have to the other managers. Compare them to them, and then you will have a better, slightly picture of what you want. For me, De Zerbi, I will not. I will keep him away even without Tuchel. There's nothing to it. There is a link to the other sporting manager. I don't know nothing about him either. So if you asking, would you take Tuchel or not? By the way, I don't think it's going to happen. There's no way Tuchel coming back. But if there's a conversation, bring me the ones that you actually compare to, or who other options. So far, I saw two of those managers, and I'm sorry, but no freaking way. I'm taking Tuchel just because of those two. That's the only links. If you're gonna give me Nagelsmann, I will slightly hesitate with Tuchel because Nagelsmann knows to work with younger players.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the slightly different conversation.
Yeah.
Thomas Tuchel,
The other
it's a
options
different
are the
breed.
Derby, Amorim. I'm hearing Frank from Darko, but that's about it.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and that's
And Frank Lampard 3.0.
Compare those. It's not because you like, oh, it's a Tuchel or Pep Guardiola. You don't have that option. What options you have is the people that we just fired, and you have two of those in the future: sporting manager and De Zerbi. Those are your options. Daniel, who you take, De Zerbi or Tuchel?
Daniel's on mute.
It's on mute.
Oh. Okay, that's what I've got to ask y'all.
I mean, that's
one
like
by
you
one.
asking
Answer your
me-
question, so I will have a registered clock shotgun.
That's like
I have
like
you
if
on the
you-
screen.
Oh, he's back.
You're gonna put us on a shirt. Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna put. Daniel disappeared.
you
He didn't want to answer the question.
Man, come
Where'd he
on,
go?
man. Come on.
I don't know. Anyway, my genuine
Oh.
question. This is genuine question. I ask, what do you?
He might be back in a sec.
Yeah. I know something happened to connection. He always has trouble.
Alex, I just
This
don't
is the
want to
genuine
see
question.
back.
The links that we have, the managers versus Tuchel, who you take? That should be the question. Not how Tuchel did at Maze, not what Tuchel did in the NGC, my man. Big up to bringing up what's his name, Sar. People saying that Sar wasn't the ball out, but there's the games when everybody was like, "Whoa, Sar is a Maldini." Remember those conversations? We're not saying that he did it for a whole freaking season. He did it when he needed to be done, and all we had left, it's Sar. Nobody compare him to, oh my God. The thing is with the whole situation with, what's his name, with managing the squad. People, when they win the biggest trophies, become dicks sometimes. Guess what? Same time when that happened, when people saying, oh, the dressing room lost. That's when the conversation with the players started over the wages. For some reason, that's the first transfer window. Remember? That's when Kai Havertz started to prolong his contract extension. That's when Mount started thinking about the contract extension, how you say it, to prolong it. All of a sudden, those are the players. Then Tuchel left. Even more people wanted to leave because there was no stability at the club. They jumped the ship, those players. So I'm not gonna bring everything on Tuchel, even though I think Tuchel is micromanaging. His problems is micromanaging, like Scott said. His problem is personality, not the football reasons. Scott was right about that.
Alex, like you said, you got to weigh up your options. You're telling me people will take De Zerbi or Amaran or over Tuchel. I'm sorry, that's too far, bro. You can
but Ziad, that's the conversation should be asked. Not Tuchel, would you take Tuchel without giving him the other options?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why I said,
Bully is not gonna take him back. That's the sad part.
No way.
And that's why I said, if we know that we were gonna sign him for 18 months, like he would maximize those 18 months compared to whoever we can think of. And at least we can bare minimum say we will be in a European spot. These kids will be in competitive situations. And as far as people saying like, oh, they're not experienced, you can learn a lot. You gain a lot of experience when you're trying to fight for something and consistently winning and fighting for either European spots or for a cup trophy or whatever. So, I mean, that's still experience. Whether we're going to win it or not, I mean, that's all depending on how we perform and how Tuchel has us set up. But they're going to get all the experience that we want them to get, and then some.
And there's also this. If you look at it, the real top manager currently in form, he will not come to this mess at Chelsea right now. From the ones who might come, I think Tuchel is the best. And
I think Mourinho will always will never. I don't think Mourinho will ever say no to Chelsea.
No, he won't.
He won't. I don't think Mourinho will say. If you ask me who you take, Mourinho and Tuchel, there's no conversation in that. I take Mourinho any day.
What?
What? That's not even a combo.
Oh, Dave. Yeah,
100%.
I think only JC. I think the only person that will actually come as a top manager right now, Mourinho. But otherwise, no.
Alex, let me tell you something. Yeah, half an hour ago, I had a little chat with Hansi Flick. He's coming Chelsea, but don't worry about him, man. He's coming Chelsea.
But Mourinho will not be so much inclusive.
Yo, Lewis, why are you making that face?
Well, what? Because you just met Flick.
I swear to God, on my mum's life, I met him.
Got a picture?
Of course, I've got a picture. Subscribe to Ziad Zone if you want to see the picture.
Come on.
So what? It's on your community tab.
It's not, but I swear to God, I got a picture. Don't worry about it. Listen.
You're a disgrace.
I've got. Don't worry, man.
Daniel is back.
I sold Chelsea to him. Don't worry about it.
Daniel, can you hear us now?
Sure. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I was asking the guys the questions, and Scott dipped, and because I don't think he wants to be on how you say it, who would the managers that we currently linked with, by the way, the two, De Zerbi and the other guy, would you not take Tuchel over those two?
No.
Okay.
That's shambles.
No. I know Daniel didn't like Tuchel for the football reasoning.
Tuchel, Daniel hates Tuchel for the defensive structure.
Yeah. But that's how people like.
No,
so at
he
least
just can't work with these guys. These guys are even worse than those guys.
Bro, he won't have the patience for them.
Well, that's what we said before, Daniel. Remember, we used to say Christensen was a bum, Rudiger was a bum before Tuchel came.
Hey!
You see what I'm saying? So,
But Alex, so you argue that the players that Tuchel inherited, over Lampard, were more of a higher age profile and experience than the ones that he will inherit now?
I beg the difference, man. Seriously, who? The only two I think is actually Kante and what's his name, Kovacic in Jorginho, which is kind of fact because the midfield is the core. You have a point. You have a point, but.
And
Alex,
with that being said,
can I ask you something, Alex?
When we talk about his management, do you think
Alex,
his man management
I want to ask you something.
with this young crop? Anyway, I don't. I just want us to move forward anyway. But yeah,
Alex, I want to ask you a question because you played football at a professional level and league level and all, and my son played it.
Yeah, but as a youth, not as
it's like it's different, yes, but like from a very early age, they are competing, and okay, the level of football is different, but and keeps growing. But it's not like they are not used to winning and
that's
losing.
what I keep saying. I always said this, and I will always say that I will stand on this thing. Every football player that reached top teams, they're technically good players. Rest of them, it's a mental and ability to adjust to the structures. They all have a good they all football players at the end of the day. They went through same academies, they went through same thing. Yes, you're right. I think that there's a level of luck in that type of a thing. Even with the managers could be so good written for each other in the stars, like Gary Neville said, but for some reason will not work. You know what I'm saying? Has to be a level of luck. Same with the players. Everybody played. If you look, when I started as a 6 years old, and I had to practice. You do those are muscle memories. What you have, you don't lose them with time. I mean, you lose them with time. The more you're not playing, but at the end of the day, if you don't stop playing, those things always happen. The problem with the first touch, the problem with missing the goal, it's a mental. Especially, that's why they say in the forwards are specifically mental patience. Because if you don't score a couple of goals in a row, it's in your head. All of a sudden, you take extra touch. You don't shoot when you should take a shot, and you do vice versa. It's a mental part, and I agree. Tuchel this is why I say the manager is more important than the player. Not more important, but slightly more important at that level, because at the end of the day, they all established football players. And the manager has to bring that specific cherry that they have that nobody can recognize.
Yeah, but Alex, Tuchel said that himself. You're not going to teach you how to play football.
Exactly. That's my point. You're not going to teach guys how to pass it, how to that. There's no such a thing, man. You do that when you're 12. I knew how to strike the ball when I'm 12. You're not going to teach me when I'm 22.
No.
Yeah,
the only thing you can do, coach will do, is like create the environment where you excel and you brings out the best in you. On that level, that little bit makes a big difference. Yeah.
Exactly. People don't realize those things. Like, do you know what actually sometimes when we are like, I hated one of the kids that I used to play with. Well, I was a kid too, but I hated one of the guys on the team because he was one of those talented players, that step over guys with the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I did not like him. Like The fuckers put us in the same hotels every time we're going on away game. You see what I'm saying? Like that's the thing that you do. Like when people saying like, I remember people on the stream said, "Oh, nobody wants to pass to Kai Havertz or Mount." Like very specifically ignore him. If you, oh my word, if any proper manager get a sniff of that, you will be benched. There's no way you're not passing to the player because football player doesn't rate them. That's a false. That doesn't happen.
And a good manager will go into very specific details and be over all of this.
Cucurella. It was Cucurella not passing to
Mudryk.
Yeah.
That West Ham away game.
It was that one.
Remember that?
That was it.
Oh no, that you see that specific thing. I will say it's more on Cucurella because Cucurella was not confident with his pass. Then he's actually not trusting Mudryk.
Yeah. You will argue that as opposed to here. I'm not going to pass to him because I do not like this guy. Like who's even?
Okay,
what does that even mean?
In top level,
Like if
when
you
you're
lose the
playing at
ball or
first top
something.
level, you don't have time to think like that even. You know,
It's instinct. Most instincts. Most of it's instincts.
But listen, if you to look at it overall, which squad would you rather have? Our current squad or the squad that Tuchel inherited?
If you want to brainwash, well, here's the thing with Tuchel. Tuchel is a brainwash manager. He will install those things, would you like it or not.
I knew you were going to say that, Lewis. Just say it, innit? That's fine. No,
Be honest, Lewis. You're on mute, bro.
UCL's winning
on mute.
this one.
No, of course.
If you're saying the squad that Tuchel inherited or the squad that we have right now, I probably would take the squad that Tuchel inherited. I just get rid of the attack.
Kante himself.
Okay, come on.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Defending that midfield, boy. Forget what I think about the forwards. We can deal with that later, innit?
But if you want to say overall, if you want to say overall,
I wanted to confirm the squad that he left with or the squad that he got when he joined.
Yeah, that's what I was comparing, not the 2021. If you want to, let's talk about 2022 compared to this squad. I would take this squad compared to that.
To be fair, that is a good point. That is a better way of looking at it, though, because that's when he started to go downhill a little bit. When he inherited that new one, when Bowley came in. That's fair, but I think
Actually, Bush made a comment, but it's that not the comment I want to pay attention people to pay attention to. Like, if you really think like Di Matteo, right? When people said Di Matteo is a manager, like, right?
Yeah.
What do you think Di Matteo was teaching as a football players to those to that squad? Did Di Matteo actually said anything to the players like Didier Drogba, be a better striker? Is that what he was saying then?
No.
Frank Lampard, be a better midfielder.
Nope.
No, that's
that's what I'm saying. It's more mental than an actual football ability. You see what I'm saying?
I believe that meant that Champions
League. If I had to guess who's doing anything, I guess he was more motivating.
Exactly. That's the thing. There was established football players. You're not gonna tell them, "Oh, look, this is where you need to be. This is where you need to be." All you gotta do is mental. Prepare them mental.
Before the final, he played a video of their families wishing them well.
Yeah. And a good manager will know
in tears, cheer them up for the game. That's all mental, you know what I mean? I think Di Matteo was more mental than anything tactical. I mean,
but here's the thing. Here, Alex, a good manager will take each player, understand the best qualities of each player, and put them together as a jigsaw. That as a team, they execute better. The outcome is.
JC, sorry to interrupt you, but the problem is, I do that. When you ask me how you like, it's hard for me to judge the football game when I'm talking about the players. When I'm trying to bring, when I rate the game, I rate by sections. I've been saying this for a long time. Most of the people who I talk to on the streams or on the Twitter, they are individual rates. They give rates individually.
No, that's not. It's a team sport.
But that's my point. That's my point. So when you criticize the player, you criticize the section of the game or individual moments of that game. But if you're a proper manager, when you talk, you're supposed to talk about the structure. What was the problem with Chelsea? Oh, we're conceding too many crosses in the box. That's a criticism. That's a structural criticism because too many. You're not gonna say, "Oh, Cucurella keeps letting player cross in the box." He's going to say the crosses. The crosses. It's not the person just crosses in the box. The question about the crosses comes from all the way from the fullback or from the forward or winger. Why he's not following his track back, fullback, and you're gonna ask fullback. That's how you ask the question. The team, when you going into your team, you're not gonna be asking individual. Hey, Alex, why didn't you do this, and this? That's not how it works. When manager comes as especially when you watch the games on the videos replays, when you get him prepared by asking you, look, this is the whole scenario that you conceded this goal based on this. Sterling didn't track back. Tuchel let the player not close enough for him to cross the box. Colwell, you were too far ahead. What's his name? And Disasi, you do not let what's his name? Colwell know that he has a player coming on behind him. That's how you criticize the team. You don't go over and get Mudryk by his by his clothes and shake the shit out of him. That's not how it works. It's in the Twitter world or stream world. This is how it works, but that's how they talk.
And then when you compare the other two managers with Tuchel, I mean, De Zerbi is more a structure. Like he has a structure and he will just follow with that. No flexibility. Amorim is little bit. I have not seen so much, so I will not comment on that. But Tuchel is more flexible. I mean, he has more options. He has played different.
Yeah, two-dimensional with De Zerbi. That's the issue as well. Look at
My
Brighton
biggest problem with Tuchel, he does it in the game the best. But to win the leagues, you have to have single structure, but you can adapt from that single structure. He changes within the game, like you said, too many times. I don't like that. It confuses the players. It makes them mad because it doesn't work. That's the problem. You see, it could be a solution within the game, like for a cup final. Surprise, surprise, people call Tuchel a cup specialist. But within the season, he cannot apply the same tactics that he used against City versus Liverpool. Different kinds of gravy. And CFC Mafia. If you're going to make fun of my hairline, you wish you had the hairline as good as mine. You see that? See that?
That's actually good to be fair.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's a good hairline, man. Hey,
Alex,
yo.
You see hairline? See, Simon?
man.
See?
Hey, what's
That ain't gone back at all.
Yeah, that looks
Oh, that
solid.
bitch.
I'm jealous. My line's just going higher and higher like Postecoglou in Tottenham. It's crazy. Ain't good.
2006 hairline. When I was in 2006, you were still swimming in your daddy's bowls.
I ain't got that, but mine's just doing the whole little from here to
You ain't got nothing on me, CFC Mafia.
CFC who? Mafia.
Anyway,
love
that was my clock set up, so I gotta go pick up the kids. Big up, guys.
Yeah, no worries. No worries, brother. It was good
I need to
talking.
jump out.
Take care,
Bruce,
man.
thanks.
See you guys.
Yeah, no worries. Anytime, man. You're always welcome on, brother. Always welcome on.
Yeah, thanks.
Big up to Emmanuel saying if Abramovich stayed in 2022 during the summer window, do you guys think our purchases would be better than the Clear Lake signings? Just curious. I actually don't know because like
he wouldn't spend $1 billion like Todd Bowley needed, like Todd Bowley did.
He wouldn't spend like anything on kids, to be fair.
no, but like we did have years of meaty windows, so we do have to take that into account too.
Yeah.
That's why I can't just outright say yes, it would be. Like maybe we get more experienced names. Do they work for us? I don't know. Curry Pirate, there's space, bro. DM me, man. It's been a while since we had you on.
Lewis,
so I can't guarantee it, but yeah, appreciate the donation. Sorry, Vaj, what were you saying?
So if you say if you said, "Oh, I'd want Tuchel back," do you think the same standards and structure would be the same as it was when he was first managing Chelsea, or do you think it would be different?
I mean, it's already different, bro. It's already different, but that might be why it might be a bit better, I guess. Different squad, less chance of him falling out with them, but also in the long term, not really too sure. But like, I do agree that he's a much better tactician than what we have already been linked with. So
Yeah.
like, you
Do
gotta
you not
look
think
at it
the
from
lack
both.
of experience in the squad will be a problem with Tuchel though?
Yeah,
No,
it's
if
based off
anything, I
of
think that's why you need someone like Tuchel.
yeah, and it's based off of like first it's what are we trying to do? Like what are we structurally trying to do? Are we trying to fix the solution like for the first 2 years, or are we trying to do this long road back to where we can eventually become like a city or that type of powerhouse? And if
Well,
we're
it's not
trying
going
to
to be
be,
immediate, that's for sure.
no, it's
You,
not
you,
going to be
you try to fix
immediate.
you try to fix the issue now as fast as it can before it gets any worse.
I wouldn't even say it's as fast as we can. It's just more get on track with the progress. I mean, with the process, because we haven't even started.
No.
So we're like making up for lost time, but we do know it's still got to take time as well.
Yeah, I mean, my Tuchel stance is more based off of if we actually got him, because I honestly don't believe we will, based off of the owners there. I mean, when you have like a billionaire ego, you're not going to admit that you're wrong. So they're not going to say that, they're not going to admit that and then bring Tuchel back. So that's just, let me just put that out there first, and then if let's say that does happen and he comes back, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. It'll be better than Tuchel. I mean, I'm sorry, it'll be better than Poch, and it'll be better than Potter. So at worst, we could say that we could probably be in a European spot at worst. And I mean, the football won't be any different as far as how it looks, but the results will be better.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that really, to be honest with you, matters to me. I can care less if we play beautiful football. If we play beautiful football and we're ninth, who gives a shit? If people hate how we look, but we finish third like we did 3 years ago, then fuck it. I'll take that. I care about results more than how we look.
Yeah.
I agree as well. Like we'll look at the way we play once we're in a position where we can actually look at that and be like, okay, this isn't sustainable. Let's try something else. As of right now, it's like, no, I just need wins.
Yeah.
I just need wins. Get me
Yeah,
back into
exactly.
Europe. Develop these players a little bit more, and then we try and work from there. Big up Curry Pirate, man. It's been a while. Hope everything's good.
Yeah, just like had some things to say with regards to this whole Tuchel thing. I do not want him back. He can coach a defense and a good setup for the midfield, but he cannot coach an attack. And like I was having talks with Sinak, it's like he can't even coach an attack with established players. And if we're gonna have a Victor Osimhen, a Sterling, and then Nkunku, how is that gonna work? Like, are we just gonna get to the third FC and then just pass it around and hope for the best? Is that what we're gonna do? And then this man's the same man who's also gonna put a lot of pressure on Chilwell. He's not gonna. You think if Chilwell's not leaving with Poch, you think Tuchel's gonna let Chilwell leave?
I would hope we'd sign someone better than Chilwell in this time.
But that's the thing. The same man would back Chilwell because he's like, oh, he was great for us in the Champions League. When he was healthy before that injury, when we got Lukaku, they were banging goals with Reece James. That's what he's gonna think. He's gonna go full nostalgia.
I was gonna say you don't really have favorites, but you did like to persist with Mount and Havertz up top.
That's what I'm saying. So then Chilwell's staying even more so.
Chilwell isn't going anywhere. It doesn't matter who our manager is. The guy's not going nowhere.
No, I disagree. If we get an
What do you mean? There's literally reports saying he's literally our vice captain for a reason. He's a bloody fucking starting left back no matter what, bro. I promise you. We're getting rid of Cucurella and Matt.
Yes.
Real.
No, I get that. I get that. But if we get rid of them, don't we have to buy another left back?
100%. We are going to.
Yeah, probably.
We spoke about.
We're most likely going to sign another one.
It doesn't necessarily mean established, but it could be an upcoming version of Gusto. But if it's a different manager like an Amorim or Inzaghi or whoever it may be, they would probably give him more of a shot than Tuchel with whoever we're going to get. because he's gonna have
That's
preconceived
all
notions.
hypothetical. I don't know.
No, it's not. Excuse me. If I have a guy when I got fired and he was playing well for me, he got me Champions League final, and he was producing well for me pre-injury, am I not gonna have preconceived notions already? Am I not gonna have favoritism?
When does Shaw contract expire?
Next summer.
Probably like 2028.
Yeah, not next summer. He signed like a 4-year extension last
he
year.
signed an extension last year.
A 4-year extension,
earlier
and
this
you
year.
think this guy's gonna
like
go
that.
anywhere? And he's vice captain.
28.
I'm
This
not
brother
saying he
ain't
needs
going
to go
nowhere,
anywhere.
man.
I'm saying
He ain't going
the
nowhere.
amount of shots he's gonna get. It's like saying, you know, like, is Reece James gonna go anywhere? Well, it depends on how he plays when he comes back, right? Gusto's taken his spot and he's earned it.
No, I'm here for the Gusto right wing back and Reece James right centre back. I'm here for that, bro.
No, I
don't know
get
about you,
that,
though.
but that could also happen with other managers.
Oh man, we're
Not
changing
really.
the conversation,
Bro, with
man.
Fofana,
Yeah,
you're
not
gonna do
really.
Bajishile left centre back, Cole left centre back. We're fucking cooking, bro.
I would give it
I
more.
need to see Reece James cook at right centre back before you get me on
He
that. Because
did.
every
What are
time
you
I've
talking
seen him
about?
there,
He
I've just
played
thought,
there
put him back at right back, please. Just
Nah, he's
put
got
him
Gusto
back
next to
over
him
there.
now, man. He's got Gusto next to him. Don't worry,
No,
bro.
I think that would work, but because also that puts less strain on his body. I'm saying that's a pathway to get him into right back. That's my logic. It's like, let's get him healthy at a less demanding position where he still has a physicality and he has a tracking back. And then if he continues playing there and is not
So we're
injured,
talking about back 4 or back 5?
if we're playing a back 5, he was saying that's why he wants Reece James right center back, right? That's what I'm saying. If it's a back 5.
And then you'd have what? Disasi and Fofana competing for the centre back role.
Yeah, and then
Central
you're
centre back, and then you got
and then
Bajishile,
Bajishile and Caldwell for the left center back.
Bro, hey Lewis, that is fucking.
But
cooking,
I'm only saying if we're playing a back 5 and it's a way to make sure he's healthy enough to maybe challenge Gusto once again for right wing back, right? Because we know his body's breaking down every 5 seconds, and center back's a less demanding role physically because he's not bombing up and down. In my logic, if we're gonna bet him back in, that's what I'm thinking. Like, let's get him 5 to 7 games where he's actually playing a position for a full 90, and then you know what?
Try and let him get more comfortable in that position. Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
Right. And maybe if he transitions like a Sergio Ramos, great enough. We have a guy who now transitioned from right back to center back and it's worked out well for us. But besides that point, it's like I don't want Tuchel because he can't coach an attack. For me. And
so the thing about attack is like Tuchel was really good at getting the ball to the attack and allowing the attack to actually figure it out on their own. It's the difference is like when we had we had experience everywhere else on the pitch except in the attack. So let's say if we get Tuchel in and we get the ball and we're pretty consistent, even though we're shit right now at getting the ball to the attackers, but they just can't finish. But let's say we have, like you said, an Osimhen, we have an Nkunku, and on right wing we have Palmer. I would trust that they will know what to do as far as getting the ball in the back of the net if I had those 3 as the starters, because they have shown that they can finish and they can actually do the job.
I would disagree to a point with those 3 specifically, because we know that we know, like, for example, Osimhen had his best season when he was coached for an attack. Sterling has his best seasons for Man City because he's been coached on where to be in the attack, how the attack flows. That's their best seasons with their best coaches, is when they've been coached on the attacking formation, how they're going to attack.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm sitting in a parking lot and I cannot let that guy talk about Tuchel. Fucking tell me established. Tell me established players. Tell me he couldn't coach established players. Tell me which ones.
For the attack, sure. For the attack, I can give you
for this one.
Sure. So I can give you Neymar and Mbappe. That was basically a Neymar and Mbappe carry job to the final, because that was the first season actually that Neymar was throughout the.
Hold on a second. You give me Neymar and Mbappe, the two probably the world best forward.
Sorry, Alex. I'm gonna.
Okay. Go through it. Yeah.
Apologies. Then the other one I would say is this Bayern attack right now, and they're all pretty established, right? The Harry Kane.
Yeah, but established in 2010. Do you know? No. Do you know who the goal scorer scored against Chelsea in a USC final? He's still playing at forward position in Bayern Munich.
Are you talking about Muller, right?
Yes, Müller. Who else is there?
Sorry, can I tell you? So you have Leroy Sané and you have Kingsley Coleman, who are both in their mid to slightly reaching their 30s now, but they've been established there for years. You have Coleman, who's been there for many a year. He was part of the treble-winning squad, right? And we saw what Sané could do. And I'm saying those are established players, are they not? They're in their mid 26, 27, 28, and they've been playing for years for big clubs. Is that not?
What? He's not even playing in that team.
Who are you saying with regards to who?
No, Coleman. He's not even playing in the Bayern.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
I mean, he's the Bayern team, but he's not starting.
Yes, he has for most of the games that he has actually.
Okay.
Right.
What's his name? Do you know that?
Davies are all injured.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. What's his name? Harry Kane. Is he's not on the verge of breaking any Bundesliga forwards league by scoring goals?
Yes, that's correct.
Hold on a second. He cannot coach.
I just think that's individual ability. You know?
Oh, so you no, hold, shut up, Ziyech.
Go ahead, no, go ahead. I want to hear
what? Okay. So you saying he cannot coach forward line because we have Kai Havertz and Mason Mount there and Werner, and that's on Tuchel. But when you give him a better forward lineups, it's not Tuchel, it's individual.
No. I'm saying in general, like the reason why, once again, I think that PSG did so well during the Champions League season is because of the individuals of Neymar and Mbappe, right? That's the first season that Neymar was healthy during that period, because usually he's at his sister's place, right? During those knockout stages, that was the first time he had no ankle injury. He didn't have to go to vacation in Brazil, and he was playing that entire, and that's why they reached so far.
I'm asking you why he did not succeed with the forward line at Chelsea. Is it because of Tuchel? Or because individuals up top?
I think it's both. Because he also did at one point have an established player in Romelu Lukaku. And he did.
Lukaku played well. Thank you very much.
I don't think he played well. He did good though.
I would say as well under Tuchel, we would dominate and make chances throughout the 90. Because it's part of the reason why I can't hear the attack excuse with Pochettino.
Oh no, I'm not saying over Poch. Like Poch is dead. I'm just saying compared to other managers.
Oh yeah, I'm not on a comparison thing, but I mean like.
No. Here's the thing. Yeah. Here's the thing, and I'm gonna go. You need to understand that if you like the players that they score, don't automatically give them prize because oh my God, what's his name? Bam from Brazil and Bam from France. It's because of them. They the one that individually did it. But at the same time, not give Tuchel any kind of credit. So you're not giving Tuchel credit for them to go to Champions League final, but you give those credit for reaching it, right? So why Tuchel left, nobody reached the final?
Sorry, can I respond? I've never discredited him for where he does defensively and in the midfield. It's just the attack that's the issue for me.
And that's what's the issue? We don't have Mbappe and Neymar in the. He doesn't have Mbappe and Neymar. That's your problem.
So, sorry, can I respond? My thing is that he said through quotes and the times we had at Chelsea and in Bayern Munich and PSG that he just lets the attack do their thing. And I'm saying
same thing. Pep Guardiola said. Do you rate Pep Guardiola?
Well, it depends on the players that they have, right? So I'm giving you examples.
No. Pep Guardiola said before Tuchel said, my job is to get the ball into the forward line, the rest of them on them. Do you rate Pep Guardiola?
Yes, I do.
So why are you using those words against Tuchel and not those words against Pep Guardiola?
I did not just say his words. I also said through what we have experienced and what we've seen through Bayern Munich and Chelsea as well as PSG, we didn't see much of an attacking style of play. That is all that we've complained about, correct? Yes or no?
Bro, I'm
asking.
Could finish their chances, PSG would have won that Champions League.
Yes, I'm not blaming him for not winning.
No, you see, when they lose, you blame on Tuchel. When they win, you give credit to the individual players. That's what you're doing.
I never blamed it.
I gotta go, man. You keep flipping the waffles at Waffle House.
I'm not
later.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Lewis. Yeah.
No, go.
Alex, let me quickly put one point. Let me just hold on.
What's going on?
Yeah, you're good, bro. You're good.
I'm waiting.
No, I think he must have had a delay. I think he's got delay.
Okay, Thatcher, do you
I
want
was saying
give me a little?
you do realize that Bayern Munich team need a rebuild for a while. I don't rate their right back. I thought
Okay.
Neuer's coming to an end. Goretzka's done. Kimmich's literally 29. He needs to go somewhere else. Who else? Muller's literally done.
So sorry, sorry. Can I bring some others in?
With that Bayern Munich team, what
Sure. Can I tell you what he can do? He still has a prime goal scorer in Harry Kane, and he's letting him. Can I
let him finish? Let him finish.
Sorry, I'm not saying with regards to him, Harry Kane's still banging in goals, but the problem is he's still letting Harry Kane drop down to a freaking CDM when he doesn't need to do that. When you have a Leroy Sané and a healthy Kingsley Coman, they will provide you the balls that he didn't have in Spurs, correct? Because he had
Harry Kane's one of his best performances came when he used to drop deep and used to get assists as well. Come on, man.
Yes, but buddy, different teams require different priorities, correct?
Man,
when you had a midfield, excuse me, when Harry Kane had a midfield of Højlund and Højbjerg and so forth compared to Kimmich and Musiala, of course I don't need you to drop in deep to play make for Heung-min Son when I have a playmaker in Musiala and Kimmich, because it's a different team. They require different skill sets, correct? Yes or no?
No, it doesn't matter because he's still performing.
No,
so
yes it does. Yes it does. Because I'll give you then when you guys were talking about their aging squad, Kimmich is 29, not 39, 29. Why are we making him sound like he's in an old age home? He's also the one who wanted Eric Dyer back in. Is he not? At his age. Yes, he did.
I mean, Maldini didn't bring a fair point. Bayern are still going to keep him even with Tuchel leaving.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Tuchel literally left. A couple of days later, they fucking re-signed his extension or whatever. So why would they do that?
Tuchel inherited that Nagelsmann team. It was that pile of crap. You got
no, it was. Excuse me. It wasn't a pile of crap when they only had one defeat in the.
No. Let me finish.
Okay, I'll let you.
You got Conor in the league as a centre back. You got Goretzka in the middle. A Finnish Goretzka, by the way, he looks like a fucking Bigfoot.
Where is our shame calling that Bayern squad a bag of crap?
With all due respect here, prime.
What are we doing?
Oh my god!
They had that time, Lewis. They need a rebuild.
I'll let this other person talk, and then I'll have respond.
Can I just land one point there regarding this?
Also, thanks for
Neymar and Mbappe. Neymar and Mbappe, you have to understand. You are saying Neymar and Mbappe were not coached by Poch, but that was the problem of Paris Saint-Germain. Nobody could coach them. Before the game, after the game, they were having a champagne with the president. They don't listen to anybody. They only talk to the president. That was not Tuchel's problem. That was PSG problem. You can't blame Tuchel for coaching. You don't coach those players. They behave as they are the owners. They are talking directly to the owners. So how can you say they are not listening to Tuchel? Because they are dictating terms there. They don't track back. They don't do anything. And you coming and telling me Tuchel did a bad job on them. How can any manager do a job with them? Nobody could. And that's why they have changed the whole structure. It's a really
the player power is the overarching problem with that Bayern squad.
Sorry, can I respond?
But listen to this, yeah.
And same at PSG, same as Bayern.
Yeah. Just listen, Bayern, Tuchel should be doing with that Bayern squad, doing better with that Bayern squad. Okay, that's fine, guaranteed. But Gnabry's been injured since before Christmas, and what's his name? And Coleman has been injured since January. That's almost 2 months. So I'm just as a point, but he should still do better. But 2 wingers that you will say starting week in, week out have been injured for 2 months. Or name's fucking Gnabry since Christmas.
Sorry, can I respond now if you guys don't mind?
Go for it.
Sorry, thank you. So with Fatter, Nagelsmann had only lost 1 game in the league before he got sacked. It was actually his Champions League campaign that was a bit off that the Bayern squad board didn't like. And at that point in that season, he had a striker in Choupo-Moting compared to a Harry Kane. They also, during this point when Tuchel came in, bought the best defender at the time in Syria in Kim Min-jae to help revitalize that back four, as well as a 30 goal scoring Harry Kane that's worth £100 million. So compared to the Nagelsmann had last season and what he was dealing with when he only lost one game during the season, one game. He was still in all the competitions. That's why everyone started making fun of Tuchel for getting out of every competition that Nagelsmann was still in, aka the league, aka the version of the FA Cup, their version of the Carabao Cup, and the Champions League. He got out of all of them. He had a striker last season. You can check whose Nagelsmann's striker was. It was Choupo-Moting compared to Harry Kane. If you're talking about not doing good enough for that squad is shit, if he's only lost one game when he got fired in the league with Choupo-Moting as striker, that's not good enough for me from Tuchel. He also caught a Kim Min-jae that's better than aging Jerome Boateng at the time, because Kim Min-jae is one of the best defenders in the Serie last season with that Napoli team. Am I not wrong? Also, in the matter of fact, they got a Mazraoui who's a better right back than what they had last season in Pavard. And he's the same man.
So you're saying
Well, let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go.
I'm not saying he's amazing.
I've already listened to it. Can I respond now?
No, wait. Let him land. Let him land.
I'm saying.
Let him land.
I'm saying, okay, even if you don't say Maserati, I'm sorry, Choupo-Moting to Harry Kane level improvement is way better. Same with Jerome Boateng aging at 35 compared to Kim Min-jae is way better. You can't say anything to that. Same with last season. Neuer was out for most of the season. You know that, right? They had their backup keeper playing. So Neuer is back in. And he's not looking like utter dog shit for his age. Is he not? So what are you telling me? That's what I'm saying. He should be doing better. How is he getting destroyed by little teams? He's out of all the cups again in the German league. All of them.
I hear what you're saying. Because there has been upgrades in certain positions, and like we also got to talk about a standards perspective.
And he won the league on the last day by a Musiala goal. Excuse me, he would have been in the season and he won because of a Musiala goal. He almost bottled that league with Dortmund. And he's lost the league again. He's out of the cups, all the cups again. So what excuse does he have?
Yeah, but you know all these players you just mentioned, Tuchel came in as well. Tuchel replaced these Nagelsmann with the same players that you're saying.
By the way,
bought the league with.
Jerome Boateng was not in Bayern
season. He had Choupo-Moting as well. He had Choupo-Moting. He didn't have.
Okay, so he had Choupo-Moting, right? Did he? Okay, who was in his back line? He had Choupo-Moting as striker, no? Did he not have Choupo-Moting as striker? And was Neuer out for most of the season, Fatah?
Yeah, he did.
Well, sorry, excuse me for getting one thing wrong out of my main points, but if you want to use that to debunk everything I've said, go ahead. I've seen countless streams from Sarcasm City and here, dude. And dude, we talk on Sarcasm City with regards to Lakers. There's so many times you've gotten ages wrong and everything wrong. Doesn't mean I'm going to banter your entire argument. Okay, so just because I got excuse me, a Harry Kane to a Choupo-Moting is a massive improvement. We can all agree, can we not?
Absolutely crap.
Not even a debate.
Yes, and a healthy Manuel Neuer compared to a backup keeper for the entire season is an improvement. Yes or no?
Yep.
Thank you. And he was out of all the cups last season, and we gave him an excuse that he won the league on the last day with the Musiala goal, a 1-0 Musiala or saving Musiala goal, correct? It was the last day of the season.
And the Dortmund bottle job. Yeah.
Thank you. And he's out of all the cups again this season.
Basically. Well, Champions League.
Champions League, and he's not going to win the league most likely.
I mean, the way it's looking.
Exactly. So what has he done with the Bayern squad that should be still dominating? If Nagelsmann had only lost one game when he got sacked, explain that to me. How many losses does he have this season? It's the same squad basically, but as a major improvement. He improved the squad. No, he got improved. He spent 100 million compared to Nagelsmann, who had a Leimer on a free.
Do you even realize how did Nagelsmann get sacked? Why did they sack Nagelsmann at that point then?
I know they had disagreements with the board, but that whole board got sacked. You know that the day that Bayern won, the whole board got sacked.
Okay.
That board that fired Nagelsmann and hired Tuchel got sacked the day they won the league. They literally won the league. They were showing the camera, and then both Oliver Kahn, and the other guy were sacked.
You're right.
There are other things like this girlfriend, journalist, fractured.
At that time, wait, JC, wait. At that time, there was a bit of disagreement. Tuchel was available at that time. They thought that if they hired Tuchel, they could have gone on that run to go that Champions League final, but they did.
And they lost all the other cups too. He was
I would
supposed to
blame
be
the
a cup
board.
manager, no? He was supposed to be a cup manager, and he's won no cups.
I would blame
And
the
he's
board.
going to win no cups again. That's what I'm saying. If we're having the argument and debates about Mourinho and he's washed, I'm not saying Tuchel's washed, but he's not good enough for the high level now and to rejuvenate a squad anymore. I'm sorry.
No, that's I disagree
He's not.
totally with your takes, and I can give you very clear
Sure, go ahead.
reasons why I think so. I think so. Bayern is a different team than where he has been before. The player power is bigger, and the team politics and everything and dynamics does not work every time. But does that mean he is washed? No, I don't. I disagree with that. And it's more like to say like it didn't work out. Yeah, maybe. But if this season, for example, Leverkusen are doing a much better job. They are doing a perfect season. They are having a perfect season. And once you are losing and you are out of the reach of Leverkusen, then of course, I mean, there will be shoulders dropping. There will be other issues coming up, and then the team confidence and all. It happens. It happens all the teams, and that's normal. But to make an assessment that Tuchel is finished, no, I think it's an overreaction for that.
Sorry, can I respond to that point with regards to egos? So he got sacked out of Dortmund, so it was because of egos of Royce and Aubameyang. Then he got sacked out of PSG.
Where are you taking all these news from? He
that's
was sacked because he had problems with the leadership of the club.
Yes,
and
yes,
he was
and that's
considered
also
very
Michael Royce. He
difficult
had
to
major
market.
problems with Michael Royce. He had major problems with Michael Royce. No, I'm going through all this.
This is like now coming out of like pure speculation, which is like not
Okay,
really factual stuff.
How about exclude Bayern? PSG. Can we agree he had problems with there were problems with the players and the management?
Repeat, I didn't hear.
Yes. No, did he not have problems with the players and the management? That's why he got sacked, right?
Sorry, repeat. Can you repeat that? What did you say?
Sure, he had problems with the major players and management. That's why he got sacked in PSG.
No, I've not read about major players, but I read about like yes, the management said like they couldn't work. He was difficult to work with.
And same with Mbappe and Neymar. He had troubles with them.
Well, brother, with Neymar and Mbappe, I can give you a list of managers who had problem with.
I'm trying to tell a narrative. So because you just said
you're just building a narrative out of Neymar and Mbappe example. I think it's outlandish. It's totally outlandish. Let me name the managers who had problems with Neymar and Mbappe.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Big up, my guy. Appreciate the redirect, bro. Everyone sub to Time Added On. I'm gonna put the link in the description right now.
Sorry, the reason why I've brought up this whole player power thing is because when we were talking with regards to Dortmund, you said it's because of player power, right? Then we're saying because of also in a sense player power and the new owners. That's why he left Chelsea, right? Because we were saying Sterling.
No.
I mean not Sterling, but most of
he didn't leave Chelsea for player power. He didn't leave.
Did he not lose the dressing room? Did he not lose the dressing room? Did he not lose the dressing room? Yes or no?
What are you talking about? Player power in Chelsea in current team? Do you think that we have a player power in our current team?
Okay, sorry, Lewis. Did we?
No,
did we not
I'm talking to be. No, let's be practical. Our player power under who? Our kids. No, do they have player power in our team?
I wouldn't think so.
So what are you saying? That Tuchel will have problem with the Mudryk player power?
I'm not saying no. I'm saying there's a thing.
So let's speak.
No, you keep on. Excuse me. Okay, now you're talking over me every time I talk now. So I'm going to do the same now since we're going to play this game. Because I've been very respectful. I've been very respectful, allowing you to talk, and then you talk over me whenever I try to bring a counter rebuttal. I've been very patient whenever Factor and everyone else wants to talk. So if you want to play this game, let me talk over you if you want to do that. You said it was player power because of Bayern. You said it was player power because of his problems with Neymar and Mbappe, right? Because they're too big and they have this mentality. Also, the players in Chelsea stopped playing for Bayern. You just said for Bayern. You said for Bayern, yes or no?
No, I said you said. I replied to you when you said that he didn't coach Neymar and Mbappe to be good finishers.
I never said. You
said like he didn't coach them well. You said he didn't coach them well.
Finishing and attack are different. No, I can't. I'm not going to coach their way to finishing for Neymar and Mbappe. I'm talking. You can't coach an attack like an attacking pattern. I'm not literally telling
you. And you gave an example of Neymar and Mbappe.
Tuchel's going to teach Mbappe how to shoot. Yes. Tuchel, I'm expecting Tuchel to teach Mbappe how to shoot. Yes, that's my logic, bro. What are we doing here?
What are we doing here?
Wait, so where do we even get to?
No, my thing was he keeps on getting in arguments with either upper management or with with major players, right? AK with PSG, AK with Bayern, because the person below on the left said, Bayern players are getting too big for the bridges. That's why, there's lots of infighting and so on and so forth. And also the players in Chelsea near the end stopped playing more. That's one of the arguments we had.
Can I correct your argument, which is again? You're saying he's having a problem. He's having a problem with the players in Bayern and the management right now. Players, I do not know. Yes, there can be certainly. Yeah, I agree.
You said that earlier.
If he's having a problem with the management at Bayern, he would be sacked now. He won't be let to continue until the end of the season.
Sorry, you're the one who brought on player power, players getting arrogant and Bayern.
So now we are jumping back from management to player power. I said player power. I cannot comment. Probably yes. But
no, you said it earlier.
You said management.
No, you said earlier.
He does not have a problem with management. If he had a problem with the management, he would be out now. Not at the end of the season.
So then why is he getting out in general if he's not having problems with management or players, right? Why is he if management is not having a problem with them?
Yeah, but
players are not having a problem with them. No, then why is he getting kicked out? That's how it runs.
I'm not going to speculate. See, listen, my friend, listen. My arguments.
How does that logic work? How does the logic work?
Not on speculation. My arguments have been on football, and in football terms, he has been good, especially at Chelsea.
Especially at Chelsea for what? I know he won us the Champions League.
He was a good coach. He was a good coach.
Okay, and we're just going to run off that nostalgia? Is that what we're going to do?
No, that's not nostalgia. That's football facts.
It is nostalgia because that's not the same man.
No, don't
or before.
Nostalgia. That's a football fact. He had a very successful tenure at Chelsea.
A tenure of 2 years.
With all due respect, at Chelsea, he did get the best out of that team. By the way, apart from Jorginho, Kante, Kovacic, who else was really good in that time? Reece James.
But except them.
No, like I would.
You mean because of them?
I would, because there's so many meaty ones, Lewis, like Werner, and he's meaty. Pulisic as well.
So yeah, except so you mean except the attackers?
Yeah.
And even with the attackers, like I can't say he didn't get them into goal scoring positions and everything.
Yeah,
no, we did make chances consistently on the Tuchel. We just didn't have good forwards.
We just couldn't finish him properly.
But I can't really say like the structure wasn't getting the best out of the attackers because no, we were making chances.
Lewis, people forget Jorginho on the Lampard in the second season. The guy was never playing.
Yeah, that entire midfield was a bag of crap on the Lampard. He made everyone but Mount look good. Jorginho looked like a bum. Kante looked like a bum. Who else? Kovacic looked awful. He looked terrible under Lampard, especially in the second season. First season, he looked good.
Dreadful.
Second season, though, I don't know what happens to them. Rudiger as well. AC. Who else? I mean, just defenders in general, to be honest. Defenders in general.
I think he levels up in defense and midfield, but I still am very iffy with the
really Gilmore in that time.
Previously, before Chelsea.
I made Gilmore look good.
Cho
under Lampard barely played. He had too many injuries.
So sorry. So I have a question. So my thing is, okay, so he was great for us. I do admit, I'm not saying he was a bad coach for us in any way. My thing is, why are we living on what he did then and what he's not doing for Bayern now?
Because we haven't been any better since.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying why aren't we just moving on and looking at other managers? Because this is the kind of quote unquote nostalgia. I'm using that word.
That's what Alex said with the options that are there.
Yeah,
I think. Sorry, I didn't we see reports almost last week, 1 or 2 reports about Inzaghi or Inter?
Inzaghi
I don't think there was reports. I
thought
wouldn't
I
be
saw some
against
prize.
Inzaghi coming, that's for sure. But like, I
That's
haven't
the thing,
seen
like
any.
that. Sorry, if you could check
Inzaghi's
maybe
doing it well in
prize or
Italy.
something. Like I saw it like last week.
Bro,
or
the
something.
discussion is
Sorry, I
not.
don't have clear Lewis, my bad. So I
Bro,
just
the
checked.
discussion, like we are
No
having a
worries, I'm having a
discussion.
look for links.
We are having a discussion. Would he be good at us, and how he has performed at us? It is
Inzaghi will
bit of
say it.
nostalgia, but
Not
we are
sure.
also
So
talking
Tuto
football.
Sports said United and Chelsea have both asked for information on Inzaghi. FC News Inter have said, amongst all the rumors surrounding Inzaghi, the only club that has moved concretely is Chelsea.
So that's what I'm saying. We're
That's
slightly
it.
linked. Yeah, we're slightly linked. So my thing is,
There is
if
some
we get,
links.
I would go for an Inzaghi in a heartbeat. He's won the league twice. He's gone to in the 3 seasons he's managed. He's going to win the league twice, and he's running away with it this season. And he was in a Champions League final last season. So it proves that he can win the league consistently, and basically reach a Champions League final. That's who my option is instead of Tuchel.
Maybe Serie A.
That's why I'm saying
Okay,
he's a modern manager who's learned how to coach, who learns how to deal with different players, and can work very well in different systems.
No, fair enough. He can be better. There can be many other managers that better. And I don't think we are getting Tuchel.
Some managers are destined to be playing in the Premier League. Inzaghi is not one of them. No.
Sorry, what, Fletcher? Sorry, I didn't get the last point. Could you repeat that?
And some managers are destined to coach at the Premier League. Inzaghi is not one of them.
So why do you say that? Because
you don't think Inzaghi would work in the Prem?
Because we could see the same for Conte when he came.
I highly doubt it. Because I just think the homesick stuff, because with this Italian man, they're so emotional. They got homesick all the time. Look at what happens to Sarri.
Yeah, but then we also.
I mean, it's a bit of a stereotype. I mean, we can't just generalize it.
And Deserby's here. And Deserby's here.
He could be different though.
Yeah. I mean, no, we have had our fair share of players and managers coming from Italy and being homesick, but it doesn't mean we can't just write off Inzaghi and say he's going to be homesick.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We've had Conte. Conte got fired. It wasn't because he was homesick. And De Zerbi's still in this league. It's not because he hasn't left because he's homesick. Sarri's the only one, and so one out of 2 Italian managers so far. Ranieri was fired not because he was homesick. He came back to Leicester and he was fired again. And it was in
the
England.
only other example we really have is Crespo. I know Crespo joined and then he had big homesick issues with Italy.
Yeah, Italy.
That's it.
Yeah, so I don't know what you're saying with regards to that. In terms of managers, more so than players.
Is there anything else other than just the potential homesick thing?
For Inzaghi?
I just don't think he won't want to come to Premier League because I just think that.
But we could say the same for Conte, no? When Conte was managing Juve in Italy, like can't we say the same for when we got Antonio Conte?
Inter's doing good in Italy. Why would he go outside the Serie A?
Well,
maybe it's to challenge himself. Maybe
Conte won a 3-peat with Juve, and he still came to us. So I don't understand this point.
Conte won a 3-peat, then he went to
with
Europe.
Juve.
I would rather get Mourinho back than Tuchel, in my opinion.
Ooh, okay, that's an interesting conversation.
Apparently, Alonso doesn't want the Liverpool job because he thinks following in the footsteps of Klopp would be too big of a task. The legacy that he created there.
By the way, there's something about that.
I mean, would it surprise you if we still get Xabi?
So, hey, Xabi Alonso might not go to Liverpool.
But would it still surprise you if we got Xabi instead of someone else?
That would be a massive surprise. I don't expect Xabi to come near us.
No,
there's been talks about that we've been linked to him, but it all depends on the owners who we get. Realistically, we can't just say we want this manager. It all depends on the owners.
He's most likely going to Bayern anyway.
Yeah.
Alonso.
It's either Bayern or Liverpool. I don't think he's going Madrid. I don't even think Ancelotti's leaving.
Ancelotti just extended the contract, so Ancelotti will stay.
Yeah,
okay,
that ain't happening.
So he's not.
That ain't happening. Big up to Joel saying big up Lewis. Long time, my bro. Big up, man. I hope you're all good. Jonesy says, which manager do you think suits this squad best? Not really too sure. I just think somebody either possession based or someone who works with a high press. So you want to look for somebody with one of those 2 attributes, I think. Like, there's positives and negatives on basically every manager, so I can't outright say I want one. But I'll be real, if it's Tuchel, Amorim, or De Zerbi, I'm probably going to bring Tuchel back. I'll be so real with you. I'm probably going to bring Tuchel back. Big up to David saying Pep alienated Torre and... Oh, no, we already read that one. Also said, did my man just try to act like man weren't trashing Christensen and Rudiger before Tuchel? Stop the cap. Yep, them, Jorginho, Kovacic. I think that's it in terms of all the big name players that were getting ripped, but like, everyone wanted them 4 out. And then all 4 of them balled out afterwards. Well, I say Kovacic more loosely. Jorginho and Kante was our starting pivot. David says, can't coach an attack with most goals in the Bundesliga. Okay, right. They got most goals in the Bundesliga.
Okay. Hey, uncomfortable conversation.
I mean, let's see, because I want to see how far they are off everybody else. I think that's better
it's 4 goals ahead for the Bundesliga, so they have 65, and Dortmund, Leverkusen have 61, but then they've also conceded 28 compared to Leverkusen 16.
Yeah, okay, so very tight in terms of that, but still top. So I guess that's a positive, but I do want to say as well, like Bayern, I kind of expect that. But I'm not going to take it away from him.
Harry Kane,
at the very least, he has
from Choupo-Moting to Harry Kane. I'm expecting you to score more goals. So.
Now, to be honest, he's not having a stinker of a season. He's not having a stinker of the season. Leverkusen have been excellent.
Oh, yeah. Second place isn't a stinker. It's just Bayern are used to being first.
It's not even that. I'm saying win a cup, man. You haven't won a cup since you've arrived. You haven't even gone to a final of a cup since you've arrived. And you're Bayern Munich. I'm not even saying
last cup he won was.
That's the thing. I get from their standards, it's a drop off.
It is, no. They're the Madrid.
Where was the other ones? I'll bring that one up when Alex comes back. He said he's going to be back.
I never slated sorry, by the way. I always like sorry. So yeah, that accusation.
Yeah, I actually don't remember Fata saying anything anti-sorry.
There you go. That's your false accusation. Fucking wrong.
Yeah, I don't think you were sorry out. Fair enough. Walter Galazzo, big up my guy, saying only things that worries me with Tuchel is that he has a better Bayern team attacking wise, and he plays dreadful football with them consistently. To me, that's what concerns me as well, because like I can't ignore what's going on at Bayern. Would I still take him in spite of that? Probably, with the options that we have on the table, but can't ignore the fact that weren't great when he left Chelsea. It hasn't been great at Bayern since. And so, speaking of Bayern, like this is just a perfect segue. Steve,
Hi, Steve. Sorry, I have a question. I have a question for you, Steve. If you don't mind.
No, Steve stays. To be honest, there's no kickouts to Steve either because we're having a Tuchel discussion.
Hey man, so they're having a Tuchel discussion about getting Tuchel back instead of an Amorim and these. And I'm saying he has problems really forming and having an attacking pattern of playing. You can see how he's doing at Bayern. He hasn't won any trophies, and he won the league just barely last season. But these guys are saying that we had shit players in the attack at Chelsea, but he's done well everywhere else. So I just want your opinion on someone who has Tuchel in his club currently with Bayern Munich and what you've experienced with him. What he is currently, not for Chelsea, like 2-3 years ago.
Oh, here comes Alex. Hey!
Here we go.
Let's see if go.
All right, let's go point by point from original. I'm not screaming because first of all, I was in the car.
Maybe not.
So now, you said the reason why 2 points we're gonna sink into one. Bayern and Chelsea and PSG. Let's establish that's 3 different leagues. That's 3 different teams, right? So we cannot compare them. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, you said Tuchel cannot, what's his name, coach in attack. Let's bring. Yeah, you said your words. Tuchel cannot coach in attack, right? Right. Yes, when I ask you, brief me the evidence. You gave me the evidence. Number 1 at PSG. The reason why they did good as they did was only because Neymar and Mbappe, right?
In Champions League, yes, I think they reached that first.
No. Okay. Did they want the French league then?
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
They also lost one season with Tuchel as well. I think to Monaco.
I didn't ask you about the other season. No, we're not gonna go like where you fits you better. We're not gonna go. We're gonna go speak. No.
Okay.
Unai Emery last speak 1.1. Pale Jesus, be quiet.
Okay, sorry.
What? Okay, you said he cannot score an attack.
You waste man.
That's the point you try to make. So, and when you ask how they won the league, is that did anybody can pull up the? So I will not do the two things at once. What was the who was the highest scored at that league at that time?
Sure, I'll just check
highest scores.
Season, right?
Yeah, highest scores is those in those leagues in that league. At the same time,
the highest score for last season was Bayern.
No, not Bayern. PSG when Mbappe and when Tuchel was there.
Yeah, that would be 2020-2021, right? I just want to make sure, so I don't want to miss.
Yeah, the one that he was in the Champions League final.
1920. Yeah, PSG top goal scorers were 75 goals.
Exactly. Thank you. So the team
41 with Marseille.
Yeah, the manager that cannot teach for attack highest scoring team in that league. Let's go to Bayern Munich this season.
Sure.
Bayern Munich, this Bundesliga, who's the highest scored team?
Bayern with 65.
Okay, so that's number 2. At Chelsea, who was the highest scoring team at Chelsea when he was there? Probably save you time. It's probably City. So let me conclude. There's a 2 out of 3 samples we have that
Chelsea were third highest scorers.
Yeah. Look, 3 out of those 2 out of those 3 league teams, Tuchel's team outscore anybody else, but the Premier League. That's the argument you have, right? That's the thing.
Sure. Yep.
Okay, so that's your evidence that Tuchel cannot coach the attack. It's because, and I'll give you my evidence, he outscored in any league but Chelsea.
Sure. Sorry, do you have any other points you want to account for, or it's?
No. We go point by point. I'm gonna school you like a freaking little kindergarten kid. Let's go. Answer.
Hey yo.
Sure.
Yeah, let him, man. Hey.
Answer. No. We're not gonna jump. Oh, he said that. He said that. Manager.
I know.
Let's go.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to be as respectful as possible.
No. Don't be respectful. I don't need you. I don't respect you. Like as long as you don't go family, we can disrespect each other, man. We're all good. We're all good. And nicely, you can disrespect me nicely, and I can disrespect you nicely. You know what I'm saying? Like it's joke wise.
No.
Serious. I'm joking.
Sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it. Sorry, I'm from someone who used to do debating in college a bit, so that's why I want your points to go out and then have my turn.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm trying to be.
Okay. So you give me you made a sentence. I backled your sentence. Answer for you. For that.
Thank you. So my thing would be that just like we want to talk about with PSG and with Bayern Munich, they had the best attacking forwards that you could ever want in those respective leagues. Especially in Bayern Munich, where I think the second highest score is probably like a Boniface or something. That he was banging goals when you have £100 million Harry Kane, who was competing with Haaland for last season to be top scorer, and he's been top scorer in the EPL for many seasons. So I think that player, and plus you have other players such as a Kingsley Coman, a Leroy Sané, and so on and so forth. So obviously, I think Musiala, of course, would do exceedingly well in a league and in a team that should be far away and ahead, always being the number 1 in the league and usually top scorers in the league.
It's not about the league position. That's not it.
No.
Your sentence.
I know, but I said players.
No. I'm gonna put you back where argument is. Sure. You said Tuchel cannot coach offense.
Yes,
so we're going on that. We're not going who's in the league, who's not. The biggest thing to identify who's doing a good in the attack or not, it's are your team scoring the goals, right? So what you just said, this is what interesting part is. If you know anybody noticed, when I ask you why you giving props to individual talent by removing immediately power of manager. When I ask you, you agree only to those 2 based on one thing. Well, if you think about it, Harry Kane is one of the best strikers in the world. That's your excuse, saying that that's the reason why they higher scores than the team. That's your
Yes.
excuse?
Sorry. My thing is with those guys, it is that the players are so far way and ahead in their respective leagues that they should be easily top scorers.
Wow.
I'm sorry, if you have a Kylian Mbappe and a Neymar in the French league, I'm expecting you to be top scorer, no matter. And I'm not.
So
and
what's
I'm
the point
really
of the
saying-
manager then for PSG? Why PSG
in the league?
struggles to
In
give
the league.
manager?
Yeah, no, in the league, they've never had a problem in terms of in the league. If you're talking about the Champions League, it's a different story. That's what they've been.
No,
firing.
I'm asking you why those leagues
Correct
need
me
the
if I'm
manager
wrong.
then.
Did Tuchel get the best numbers out of them?
Yeah. By the way, Lewis, don't spoil. I'm about to
No.
slap that shit
It is.
like with the hook. When I'm gonna bring Neymar's numbers
It is.
before Tuchel came in,
It was
and after
Mbappe's
Tuchel
best
came
season.
in.
It was Mbappe's best season in 2019-2020, actually. So yeah, I do think I would still say it's individual players with those as well. For me personally,
So
that's
you
just
see, this is the tendency on your sentence. The guy cannot coach the forward line. The only thing that this is because the guys that play for them, it's super good. Tuchel has nothing to do with it. That's his point. Now, number two. You're done. You can't answer me better than that.
Sure.
Number two, you brought in. Yes, last year's season, why Tuchel did not do well when he brought up. Can you remind me the first game Tuchel was in for the Bayern Munich last season? What game and what date?
Sorry, can you repeat the start of the sentence? I apologize. I was trying to Google something.
No.
No
With
problem. Regards to our argument.
So last season, when Nagelsmann was sacked, what day Thomas Tuchel came the first game?
Let me also Google that because I don't know exactly the first game. Apologies for that.
Yeah, it's the 2nd of April.
2nd of okay.
2nd of April against Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah.
By the way, he beat them 4-1. Now,
Okay.
I'll give you. You told me some shit story. Not me. I wasn't there. That told some kids like the lies that you did on YouTube, saying that Tuchel battled what's his name? Cup, all that. Yes, you're right. He battled.
The cup.
Yeah.
I want to say he lost so far this season.
Exactly. Yeah. You see, here's the problem. What I have with that scenario.
Sure.
Tuchel came in 6 games left in the league against last season. Everybody loved Nagelsmann. Everybody. There's no player did not like Nagelsmann, but one.
Sure.
And I'll tell you which one. No, actually 2. Milner and goalkeeper.
Muller and
Muller,
Neuer.
not Milner. Muller. Whatever.
Yeah, no, Muller. Yes, no, it's all good.
So those 2 did not like Thomas. What's his name? Nagelsmann. So I'll give you another thing. The rest of them loved him. Kimmich, by the way, also was a huge fan of Nagelsmann, but he did not want to sign an extension contract because he wanted a little bit more money. So here's the scenario that what happened at Bayern Munich at that time.
Sure.
They saw the notable thing that they did not want to go on with Nagelsmann based on the player because Neuer is the highest rated German player, and he will go into the board the minute he retires. So what Neuer? No, you're not gonna interrupt.
No. I can add to your point. Sorry, Alex. I'm saying he had
I don't
problems.
need your help to cook
No,
you.
I know you don't. I know you don't. I like to add context. I'm sorry.
Curry Price, stand on business. You don't give a fuck. Be a bad
I want to
bitch.
be dude. I will.
No, be
I like.
disrespectful, man. I like
Steve,
that
I will fight
positivity.
you. I will fight you today,
That's not
Steve.
me.
On my life, Steve.
That's
I will
not- sorry.
fight you. I will
No,
talk
to add on to
about
that is also
you.
because Nagelsmann fired fired Neuer's coach, who was his goalkeeping coach for like 10 plus years. So that's what also pissed. No, that's all I wanted to say. Sorry, continue.
Okay, so do you understand the rift between Nagelsmann? Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So for example, if you was at the job and you loved your boss, and he gets fired because of the things that you didn't even get involved in and the stuff that the next coach have to implement his style within how many games did he had, remind me again, left in that league and after April 2nd? 6.
1, 2, no.
6 in the league. 6
No,
games in the league plus the cups.
No, I think
Alex,
Steve is-
no, it's more than 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9 games. Okay, that's not including the cups, right?
Not including cups or champs.
Just the
No.
league.
Okay, so this is exactly what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
So 1/3 of the league
Champions
almost.
League, 2 games versus City, 9 + 2, 11, and then the cup, 12.
So okay, so this is my point. 12 game left in all competition. The guy didn't think he's going to get a job this season. That season, the team that he showed up, everybody's looking sad and crying. Oh my God, they fired my favorite coach and shit. He has to implement his new style into the thing. I beg you, different. You never spend it in that kind of scenario any day in your life. So your criticism against Tuchel, that Tuchel battled it, you can say whatever you want. It does not prove your point.
Sorry, so my addition with that point was him this season. Him with the cups this season.
Yeah, but that's the numbers. No. You bring that season.
No, I brought
bring
both
the 12 games. You bring the 12 games to prove your point. What happens this season, right? That's what you're saying. Those 12 games that he had before, you use them to identify this season points. That's cool. Let's go to this season.
Sure.
You're using those bad points what he had against them
as a continuation.
As a continuous. That's what I was trying to say. So we're going to this season. Do you think Manchester City is a bad team or horrible, or Pep Guardiola is the horrible manager when what's his name? When Leicester won the league?
No.
I didn't ask you, Pel Jesus. I'm asking Ava Pel.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah.
No.
No? Why not?
Sorry, what do you mean? Why do I think that?
Why
Man City are still not a bad team if they lost to Leicester, correct?
Leicester City won the league. Do you think Pep Guardiola is a bad manager that season?
I don't think that season Pep was in the league.
You don't. He was there.
Sure, it was 2015, if I'm correct.
Yeah, Pep was there.
I just want to.
Nah, Pep's debut year was when you guys won the league. That was
which season? Which season though? Like we won the league
Alex,
in 2017.
you know how I know that? You know how I know that, Alex?
He was not okay. Jurgen Klopp. Okay.
Right, yeah, he joined in 2016.
Yeah,
so it was not the season that.
Let's go to Jurgen Klopp. Do you think Jurgen Klopp is the bad manager?
A bad manager no, he's not.
He's not. So because some team is doing really, really good one season, does not necessarily say that other teams are below are bad, right? Other managers. For example, Leicester City won the league. You're not gonna assume that for some reason Jurgen Klopp is a bad manager. Huh?
Sure. Can I? Sorry, have you finished your point? I would sure. Thank you. So sure, you can have that point with Liverpool, but I would have a counterpoint with regards to City because Pellegrini literally lost his job right away. Because the second we were seeing Leicester slowly win the league, Pellegrini was fired, I think, in March of that year, and the replacement of Pep Guardiola was already announced that season.
Why Klopp did not get fired?
Sorry. So first of all, that was Klopp's first season, and I'm giving the comparison more to Man City because just like with Bayern Munich in a league format, that's why I'm giving that context. Where they're far away the best team in the league, right? This is Bayern Munich. This is the one they're 11.
We are actually the best team at that point.
Sorry.
After Leicester won, we are the best team, not City, not Liverpool, Chelsea. Do you think?
Sure. The season before, yes, because we technically won the league, but still, Man City was what, top 2, top 3? We can argue with regards to that. Is that okay? Sure. Thank you. So I'm giving that same context because with Bayern Munich is the best team in the league. Can we agree to that for 11 years in a row? Yes, even last season.
So does that mean they deserve to be there 22 years in a row?
No, but I'm saying they should be doing better. Sorry, my point is they should be doing better than being.
Okay, that's what I was waiting for you to say. They should be doing better.
No, I agree, but they're 10 points behind, and I'm not even saying the league. My counterpoint is this season with the cups and the domestic cups, not even Champions League.
Yeah.
The domestic cups, he should be doing better. He should be reaching the final even. I'm not even saying win it, reach the final of the Pokal, but he's not doing that again. I get your point more so last season because he's joining midway through. in a kind of divided
Midway.
spot. I get you.
Kidding me? Midway.
More,
I had
no,
12.
I'm saying more than midway. Yes.
Second.
So, apologies, Alex. He still had almost 1/3 of the season left. So sure, 2/3 of the season then, and because he had 9 games left, and I think that league only has 36 games.
34.
So 34. Sorry. Yeah. So basically 1/3 of the season left. So yeah. So with 2/3, so I get your points with regards to that, especially because they were versing Man City. But that's why I brought the counterpoint of this season, right? With regards to not just the league, but how he's doing in all cup competitions. Right. So that was my counterpoint with how he's doing, right? Because compared to last season, I can give an excuse of he joined with whenever he joined, and he also had Choupo-Moting as striker, right? Neuer was gone for the entire season. It was the backup keeper. This season, Neuer is healthy again, and he's still one of the best keepers in that league. No matter what we can say, if I don't know, Steve, you watch Bayern Munich more than I do on a daily.
I think Gregor Kobel's a better goalkeeper than him. Neuer is
sure, but he's still one of the best, right? Compared to having a backup keeper last season. So I get that with Tuchel, right? This season, he has a Harry Kane at 100 million pounds who scores.
Yes, beautiful. You can always remove somebody for 20.
Oh,
Yeah.
also applies. Finish your point.
Oh,
yeah, applies even to me,
no,
man. 20 pounds, you cheap bastards.
Yeah, sorry. And also the reason I have
Even
that
me,
background is
I'll leave.
because I'm trolling Flawless because they're linked with Potter, so that's why the Harry Potter thing.
Oh, okay. I was about to ask.
Yeah,
that,
yeah, because I talked to
you're
clubs and stuff, right?
Big
So
up
that's why I'm trolling
BC,
him.
man. It's been good
Yeah,
to have you on, bro.
for
DM me
Sarcasm
again.
City.
I'll send you a link more.
So that's why I have that Harry Potter background. And with Sheik, if you know who Sheik is, Lewis. So anyways, sorry. So from upgrading to a Choupo-Moting last season to a Harry Kane this season, he should be doing better. As well as this season, they brought one of the best defenders in the Serie A in Kim Min-jae, right? So how come they're not doing better than they should be doing compared to last season? Like way better. I'm not even saying. I agree with your point about.
Hold on a second. That's the point of you saying that, but it doesn't mean technically we got Enzo versus Jorginho. Technically, we got that versus Mason Mount. Technically, we got all those shiny new names versus the previous players. We should do better, but we don't.
Sorry, can I give my counterpoint if you don't mind then?
Yeah.
To that. So I agree with that point, but then we have argued that these players aren't fully established compared to a Harry Kane that has been doing it for English football for almost 10 years in a row. Then having Harry Kane in the squad, sorry, and
what do you want Harry Kane to do? He's the highest.
No, I'm not blaming Harry Kane. No, I'm not blaming Harry Kane.
No.
Sorry.
Do you want? Are you upset he's not scoring double of what he did?
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that. I'm saying.
So why you keep bringing about Choupo-Moting versus Harry Kane? Harry Kane is the top highest scorers in the league.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was having a counter to your point because you were saying, players should be doing things, and you brought up players with regards to Chelsea and Enzo and so forth. But we have also agreed that these same players, Enzo and so forth, are not fully established players compared to bringing in a Harry Kane who has been doing it year in year out for
in Bundesliga,
seasons now.
Year in year out.
No, for the EPL, and now he's gone to Bundesliga, which is supposed to be a quote unquote easier league.
No. Nobody call it easier. It's more technical. Whoever says easier, it's dumb.
Alex, wait, Alex, stop. Hold on. You talk crap about the Bundesliga all the time.
Yeah, as a league, not technical. No.
No, but as a league, so he should be.
The league is easy. No, I'm saying it's a technical league. It's more technical, just like La Liga is more technical league than Premier League. Oh, I will be talking to shit to Bundesliga all the time, but it doesn't mean that I don't respect how we play football. Okay. That's a different conversation.
All right, first.
No, but I'm saying he should. The reason why I'm saying the should word strongly is because compared to an Enzo, we bought him for 100 million, same with the Harry Kane. But Harry Kane has been proven, apparently internationally, through the league and so on and so forth, that he's been a more proven person than Enzo. Can we not agree with that? He's a more proven person in general world football.
Still does not make point that this team should be beaten or be number one team, because hold on. Would you take Marco Alonso as a manager right now?
Yes.
I didn't ask you nothing. I'm asking this guy. Would you take Marco Alonso right now?
Steve.
So what is our? Sorry, I would say one question for you, and then if you don't mind, then I can give an answer if that's okay. Is it to either quote unquote just develop the squad, or are we going for winning the league? because there can be two different things, right? If we're saying develop the squad, I would say Marcos Alonso, sure, right?
Did he, when he got hired in Bayern Munich, whatever, Munch, blah, 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 whatever the team name is, did he got hired over there to win the league or to develop the players?
To develop the players, basically, and see how far they can get up.
He overdeveloped them. He needs to slow down. He
Steve, don't you think so? When he got hired midway through the season, do you think
I asked the guy a simple question: would you take Xavi Alonso at Chelsea as a manager? He said he gives me a story about is it for development or is it for the thing?
Yes, because we're seeing with Poch is about progression and development. Yeah, so
he was hired for neither. Leverkusen were struggling in a relegation battle, and they fired Gerardo Sione, and they needed to bring in Xabi Alonso to stabilize.
I will ask you: would you take Xavi Alonso? Not Xavi. Xavi Alonso. What's his name? Xavi Alonso as a Newcastle manager.
Yes.
Hold on. Would you take him as a who? As a development players or to win the league? What the fuck does that even means, man? You taking the manager or you're not taking the manager? Pisses me off with that kind of comment. Exactly, Steve. You responding like a normal person. This is the answer of the guy with the background, with how you say it, with Harry Potter background.
Thank you.
I'm taking Xabi Alonso because he's a terrific manager. Clearly,
exactly. So sorry.
That's
so
why you what I'm trying to understand. What I'm trying to understand from you. You said Tuchel cannot manage attack. When I give you evidence that his team is actually doing well in attack, you said no, it's not Tuchel, it's the players. When the scenario that I give you in the Bundesliga that he actually not doing well, but he's not doing as bad as people making because he's still second. That removes the credibility of Xavi Alonso, by the way. By giving Thomas Tuchel no props whatsoever, you're removing Xavi Alonso.
Alex, I said that last week and people said no.
You're removing Xavi Alonso as anything. Steve, I agree with you on one thing. Thomas Tuchel is not doing up to standards of Bundesliga of Bayern Munich. And that's a logical conversation to have. Yes. Not saying that the guy cannot coach attack. That's not criticism. You should give it to him. Not saying that his system is not fast enough for Bundesliga. That's it.
In the big games, though, Alex, that's where the attack is struggling. That's where the shot creation and the shots on target and the overall patterns of play and all that sort of thing. That's where you need that in those big games.
But that's
are you saying that Tuchel doesn't provide that for those big games? Is that what you're saying? Thank you. And he's watching Bayern Munich week in, week out.
Yeah.
He doesn't provide it.
Against
he does not provide it for the big games.
Here's the thing.
Against the little games, if you're Bayern Munich, you should be
against Bundesliga versus PSG. You said Tuchel cannot coach attack. That's why I'm coming in to you.
No, I get that.
There's no evidence.
Steve is proving my point. Steve is proving my point. With the game with big games, yes. In big games, yes. Ask him.
So, Steve, only in big game. Next time, when you come in and say Thomas Tuchel cannot coach attack, please say only in big games.
Sorry, Alex. Even if I make a general comment about not coaching an attack, the players he has against little teams, he's going to destroy anyways. So those patterns of play are needed in big games. But if he doesn't have any style of play in terms of the attack,
games, by the way.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying with the Bayern Munich now. That's the only. I love Thomas Tuchel, and I can agree with your points.
Oh, you
There's
don't.
a reason.
You don't say stuff like that. What you said when you said
yes, I can. I can criticize Jose Mourinho, and he's the reason why I was interested in this club when I was 8 years old. So if I can criticize my GOAT and I rate him over Pep Guardiola, I can criticize Thomas Tuchel.
Okay.
By the way, here's the biggest problem with Tuchel now, because I've given up on the league. It's over. Leverkusen will win that, and they probably will win a DFB Pokal because they've got a Fortuna Dusseldorf in the semifinal, and then they're gonna play one of.
Do you agree that's only because of Tuchel, or you give credit to Alonso too?
Of course, credit to Alonso.
But I'm saying the cups as well.
But all right, yes.
No, but see, that's the cup. I'm saying the combination, Alex. I'm saying the combination of the league and
Well, let Steve go. Let Steve go.
Yeah, I have to talk about 3 teams here, and I've been speaking about Stuttgart the past month now because they could overtake Bayern for second. That's my bigger problem. That's where I say Tuchel, that is unacceptable to finish below VfB Stuttgart and Sebastian Younes. They were favorites, arguably, to get relegated. They have been a relegation up and down kind of team for the past decade. They played Champions League in 2008 when they had a group with Rangers, and I think they might have played Man United too. They haven't been relevant for at least, that's coming up about a decade and a half. How is Stuttgart finishing near and around Bayern? The Leverkusen thing, clearly there is just nobody stopping them. Nobody stopping them. So I won't say that is I'll say that Tuchel, whatever. You got outclassed.
You see,
there's no excuse for me that VfB Stuttgart with the manager is a very good one, but it's his second year. They lost Endo to Liverpool. They lost some other good players. They recruited some decent players. How are they 4 points off Bayern? I think they're going to finish above Bayern, by the way.
Here's the thing, Steve. Here's the thing. That's my view about the whole situation with Bayern. Bayern is going to be on the verge of what happens to Barcelona when Xavi Alonso, when what's his name, Nesta left, and all those players left. You know why? Because there's a moment in the situations that comes future with the clubs that rely specifically on the youngsters from behind them. Bundesliga, specifically Bayern Munich, always used to get the best players out of the league, their own league.
Yes.
That league does not produce anymore. Yeah. They have to buy. That's why Harry Kane is there. That's why other places are there. So when people saying the Bayern is the same Bayern as 2 years ago, it's not.
No.
It's really not. Sané is not playing Sané. I watched yesterday Bayern Munich's game. Sané should have passed the ball, but he didn't. That could be another thing.
He started off the season so well, but then it's just
exactly. Then
they have a lot of injuries as well.
What I'm saying is it could be two things. Sometimes Tuchel this is my biggest problem with Tuchel, overthinking it, his own style.
Yes.
That's the problem. Yes. Number one. You can argue that, but don't come freaking and tell me that Tuchel is that he cannot coach a freaking
overthinking. A great example of him overthinking, Alex, is the Leverkusen game. Matching.
I don't know. I'm telling you about Chelsea's overthinking. Sure. To win the league, you have to have a specific style of the game, and you can adjust later. Yeah. You cannot go in the league and always constantly change this system, because if you have a change system, you cannot play different system City and go and play the same system versus Liverpool. You can't. You have to have a specific system and you can adjust it.
That's why De Zerbi with Brighton sometimes will smash teams up.
I don't want De Zerbi.
No. I was backing up your.
By the way, at the end of my speech, and I'll let other people speak, and I'm gonna go. The thing is, the two managers that we have linked more than anybody else right now are the Sporting and De Zerbi.
Yep.
Tuchel not coming. That's not even a conversation. Okay. Tuchel is not coming. He's not coming to Chelsea. I know. Out of those two, Thomas Tuchel, I will vote for Thomas Tuchel out of those two. Otherwise, it's a different conversation. That's all it is.
Sure. Sorry, Alex, can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Before you go. So most of my points with regards to Bayern Munich are from Bayern Munich fans, such as because I don't watch them week in week out.
Get your better friends.
No, I can watch them when I can. So when I listen to Steve and some other Bayern Munich fans, what they tell me.
I have a friend, Steve. He's a Bayern fan. Can't stand him.
Yeah, so that's where my Bayern Munich takes are also, because I can't watch them week in, week out because I'm a Chelsea fan. I'm gonna watch them at 4:30 in the morning compared to a Bayern Munich, right? So that's where I'm getting my Bayern Munich takes, because Steve has been saying he's the one who's not been coaching attack this season, apparently with attacking patterns of play.
Steve watches too many games.
And also, last thing I would say, if you do need to go,
and he was against Bayern Munich when they played Napoli. So whatever.
that is true.
Lazio,
That is true.
so,
Fuck Napoli.
so yeah.
No. Last thing I would say is,
And
I
now
do
he
thank you
has
for
a
the.
Bayern Munich guy on it. And
Yeah,
yesterday
most
he wanted them to lose. What the
Yeah.
fuck? Why would why would I take any of these guys
like,
anything?
Bro, Alex,
He wanted
here's
he
how I
wanted
explain
Bayern
it.
Munich to
Alex,
be lose
you
yesterday,
like- here,
and,
Alex.
and now his IV is Chelsea's kid.
Alex, here's a question. Do you
Yeah.
like multiple UFC fighters? Or do you have like a number one favorite and everyone else you're like, fuck them?
It's a different kind of thing, man. It's a sport.
So
Hamza
yeah.
Shemaev.
yeah.
Hamza.
But for me,
Alex, say
my
Hamza.
brain looks at it very similar. You see what I'm saying? Like in golf, you have multiple golfers. You could be fans of all of them, but like if you want Tiger Woods to win over Phil Mickelson, but you like both of them, you don't.
I
Really
don't watch golf.
No,
It's annoying.
no, I'm not saying you do or don't. I'm saying they are all competing against each other. All the UFC fighters in those weight classes are competing against each other. You might like a few UFC fighters from the same weight class.
But that's the point. That's the point. I'm not gonna go and make up the work schedule to watch UFC fight. I will make the work schedule to watch Chelsea. That is the difference. Don't bring me the. You see what I'm saying? That's not it.
Guys in the comments, I'm not saying individual sport and team sport are the same thing. I'm saying my brain looks at it very similar. That's what it is. That's where I'm different to you guys.
Anyway,
I'm
I gotta go, guys.
Yeah, and thanks for the conversation.
Yeah, man. All the banter, you know me. When
I know.
You know me.
You know you're full of shit.
Thanks.
Yeah. I'm full of shit when I speak, so I'll just make fun of you.
Yeah, big up, you guys.
But big up, my man. I'll see you later. See you,
Later,
man.
bro.
Later, bro.
Hey, Danish, maybe I do have brain damage. I don't give a fuck. Like, what are you gonna do about it? And I'm not comparing golf and football. Can people really not understand what I'm trying to say when I say if you like multiple boxers or UFC fighters, you can look bro, you can look at it like multiple teams in football. Keep in mind, these are different leagues as well. Like Strasbourg are never going to be playing fucking Newcastle in the Champions League. Highly doubt.
You'll just be called a bandwagoner, though. That's what people will say.
I don't
if you like different teams.
I'm the most
No, I
knowledgeable.
know, I'm just saying.
I'm the most knowledgeable fake fan out there. That's the thing.
Steve, tell him to hold
That's
that,
something nobody can take away from me. I'm the most
Steve,
knowledgeable.
Hey, you just like football, huh? You just like football.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, I have a question for the panel, if you guys don't mind.
Go ahead.
So, between the two managers that we've been linked in, so with the two managers that we've been linked with regards to Amarin or De Zerbi, who do you guys prefer?
Thomas Tuchel.
Sorry, Ziad. I'm saying with those two specifically, my friend. But fair enough. No, I'm saying those, dude. I'm saying just those two right now. I know. Trust me. I want Flick instead. I want Flick instead. Trust me. But
to be honest, I'm stuck. I don't know. I'm in the middle. I don't.
Yeah, I'm really unsure. I can't pick a side on either. I see the pros and cons for both.
Who are the two?
With
Sorry,
Amarin
Amarin De Zerbi. Yeah.
Okay. I'd go.
You guys want to
I'd
have
go
a better
Amarin.
CV.
I'd go Amarin, but I like both of them. I would take both of them at Newcastle, quite honestly. Different, obviously, to you guys, better or worse. But look, Amarin. Actually, I'll start with De Zerbi. For me, my favorite part about De Zerbi is I love the attention to detail tactically. Like he views the game in a like a very, very detailed, smart, kind of autistic way. Like, because me, with my autism, seriously, with autism, bro, it's details, right? The details of shirts, of patterns, of in football, you notice things. And he genuinely looks at football. Like, he talks about, like, the studs and how when you're playing defensively, you have to, this zone, that zone. So it's like he's got a really, really creative mind, and he's very, very detail-oriented. He does suit your squad, like the comments are saying that he does, obviously.
Yeah, just please don't spam.
A super identifiable way of playing, definitely. Whether it works or, and here's the thing. Remember when Jimmy is like, I like Postecoglou a lot, and people are like, oh, but he's shit. And it's like, no, he's not. He has a plan, and he uses it whether it works or doesn't work, right? Weren't we all saying that? So that is what De Zerbi does. And sometimes you will lose. They do get battered sometimes. My biggest complaint with De Zerbi, though, is not like the accolades or lack of accolades. It's the rotation constantly. Every fucking game, he switches out at least 2 center backs. He switches out at least a midfielder. Most of the time, it's Gross playing with someone else. And it's one of the strikers. I swear to God, it's every single fucking game. And I know they're in Europe, Carabao Cup, and FA Cup. But, like, they need to have some. I think he's got to chill with the rotation just a bit. And I've seen Brighton fans online talk about that. Like the majority of them are like, "Bro, you rotate way too much." And I get it. They've also had a lot of injuries too. So again, I'll give some slack for it, but they really do, bro. Like he rotates a lot. Amorim is phenomenal. A bit easy to game plan against because I watched him play Atalanta today. If you have 2 midfielders, this is how you beat an Amorim side. You need 2 midfielders like a De Roon or Anderson, where they're just going to run, press. Usually if you play with a 3 at the back, that's kind of their kryptonite. Porto gave him a very when they went with not Porto, sorry. Who was it? Atalanta. Atalanta gave him a very good game, and obviously they set up with a 3-5-2. So, and they've actually failed to beat Atalanta in the group stage as well. They lost 2-1 and drew 1-1. So, to be honest, like, but he's phenomenal, man. He's phenomenal. The player ID is very good. And he wins stuff as well. He wins stuff, and it's again very identifiable way of playing football. So I don't think you could go wrong with either one, but which would I go with if I was a Chelsea fan? I would want Amorim, probably. I'd want Amorim, personally.
I don't know enough about him.
At least it sounds like it's a bit
watch,
closer, both of them.
Yeah.
I don't watch enough sporting to really comment, but I like De Zerbi.
I do too. I just don't know if he's ready
Not
for
bad,
that.
to be fair.
But you know what it is with De Zerbi? I'm gonna solidify my opinion based off what he does in Europa. Because if he wins the Europa League, we are all, I think, going to change our opinion on him. Whether we
would he
think
even come here though? You think he'd even come here?
True. He might, yeah.
Because of the whole Graham Potter situation and then the Caicedo thing.
Bro, what if Ancelotti decides to just leave at the end of the year for whatever reason? What if something with his family pops up? I don't know. What if something happens and he's like, I want to leave Real Madrid? I mean, Barca are going to be looking for a new manager. Napoli are going to be looking for a new manager. Bayern, Borussia Dortmund, and maybe RB Leipzig are going to be all looking for new managers. He could go any of those spots possibly. What if Atletico Madrid need a new manager? That's probably not likely. But you know what I'm saying? So all those teams, you could argue, are more or less attractive than you guys at the moment. Or sorry, more attractive. And maybe a Leipzig is, maybe you're more attractive than Leipzig, but Leipzig play consistent Champions League football. So who knows?
What's this whole thing with...
You know where De Zerbi should go? If I was his agent, I would say go to Dortmund. That's the perfect spot for him. What did Dortmund do? They take guys that are young and unproven. Same with managers, young and unproven, and they fit in. They fit in, and they get to do their thing at Dortmund. For me, that would be the perfect spot for him, for De Zerbi. It'd be perfect.
What's this whole thing with Tuchel?
That's a game changer.
What?
If he wins the Europa League, it's a game changer.
100%. Is everyone in agreement with that? If De Zerbi wins Europa League or even gets to a final, you'd probably have to say, like, damn, that's very...
Well, most if he won.
Oh, yeah, that would be impressive.
With Brighton, this is their first ever European campaign as well.
Yeah.
So, and he's done well in the... He's tried to... They made the semifinal last year, Brighton. Lost to Man United on pens. So...
And he's also worked with Modric and Caicedo, like the 2 people we invested money on. If we're talking about an investment
as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to see him at Chelsea. I just don't see, for multiple reasons, him coming here. But
you think he would choose Napoli over you guys? let's say Napoli sell Osimhen and bring in Jonathan David, but they keep Kvara, they keep Anguissa, they keep Di Lorenzo, they keep Politano.
I'm not sure because it depends more on players. Like we could offer more money.
Yeah.
And maybe
But
that
they
would
could
money
answer
talks at the
Napoli.
end of the day.
Napoli
Plus
could
living in
offer.
London.
Yeah, but Napoli could offer Champions League.
Well, we
Yeah,
gotta
yeah. So
sack.
like, it all depends on what you
Deserbi-
want.
And De Zerbi's Italian as well. So you
We
might
gotta
want to go
sack.
back home.
We gotta sack Poch first before we even talk about these guys.
True.
Oh, Poch is going. Poch is going.
Yeah. I don't
He'll
see
leave
I
at the
missed
end
the
of the
whole.
season.
I missed the whole Tuchel thing. What came up? Were there rumors that we're interested in taking him back, or?
Now there was rumors he would consider coming back to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah,
Although
I think
it's
on
a
a
little bit speculative.
Yeah, I think personally, I think he feels like it's unfinished business, and it was, but I don't see does the club even want to bring him back?
We don't know. It's
We
speculative.
haven't heard
So
anything.
we're not too sure.
Yeah.
I
So we're
don't
just
see that.
discussing whether we would, whether it was the right decision or not. So yeah, that's been the main topic. But there's nothing really factual out there. The only thing that I think there's any truth to is that I do think he wants to come back to Prem. But that's about it.
He'd come. I feel like he'd come back to Chelsea in a heartbeat, but it's just a matter of whether or not the club wants to take him back.
Oh, bit of breaking news. Steve might like this from Jay Burt at the Telegraph. Bayern Munich have stolen a march on Liverpool in the race to sign Alonso.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Hey, Steve, you might be getting Xavi Alonso, mate.
What's with Bayern stealing
not here.
everybody's property in the Bundesliga?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
Bayern takes away everything from
I
everybody in that league.
I've never gotten to dispel this myth. This is okay. Yes, Bayern do. However, can you name me a top club that don't have players from their domestic league? Look at Man City. Where'd they buy John Stones from? They didn't buy him from fucking Russia, did they? Bought him from Everton. Where did they buy fucking Kyle Walker from? Where did they buy
Grealish.
Grealish. They spent a lot of money on Grealish as well. You have to buy players from your domestic league.
I know he
Why
didn't
do we
come
say
directly
Prem
from
proven?
Chelsea, but De Bruyne too, right?
Why do we have to say Prem proven? Or why do people say Prem proven all
Yeah,
the time?
Prem proven. I've said for a while, biggest buzzword going. Like,
Exactly.
I hate it.
Exactly. So, Man City.
Well, you have Sterling's Prem proven.
Sterling.
He ain't great.
Sterling. Where Man City bought Sterling from who? Not from Zenit
Liverpool.
St. Petersburg. They bought him from fucking Liverpool. They
Didn't
bought
even say
fucking,
Kova.
who else did they buy?
Kovacic.
Kovacic they bought from you guys. Mateusz Nunes, Calvin Phillips.
I don't know if you consider De Bruyne
Calvin
because he went to
Phillips.
Wolfsburg, but you could even talk about De Bruyne.
Sure. Sure, you could throw that in there. Kind
No,
of.
that's a valid point. I never
Bayern have
thought
led
of
the
that,
race,
too.
are
If you
leading the
look
race
at-
over
if you look
Liverpool
at-
for Alonso.
Let's look at fucking I don't know Real Madrid. Real Madrid have bought they bought let's see here. Courtois was at Atletico Madrid at one point. Nacho I think is Castilla.
Yeah, it's Castile.
Castilla. Carvajal was Castilla as well. They actually don't like
I think Real Madrid's not the best example, but Barcelona's better, or PSG.
There you go, Pedri bought it from Las Palmas.
Las Palmas.
Inigo Martinez this season, Athletic Club. Jules Koundé, Sevilla. Jordi Alba. Where did Jordi Alba play?
Valencia,
Valencia.
I think it was Valencia.
David Villa, where did he come from? Valencia.
Dani Alves from Sevilla.
Dani Alves from Sevilla. Sergio Ramos from. So you know what I'm saying? So like, yes, Bayern poached talent from the Bundesliga. Maybe slightly more often, maybe just slightly, but the other top teams and other teams in general, of course they're gonna buy domestically. Of course they are. So I don't think it's really like accurate to say, oh, Bayern just poach everything from the Bundesliga. All the top teams do.
Yeah.
All the top teams do. Because that's just
fair. It's fair.
Didn't Liverpool pillage Southampton for most of their players as well once upon a
Van
time?
Dijk, Lallana.
Yeah.
Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Henderson
Mane.
came from Sunderland. Gomez. Where'd
Thanks for
Gomez? Joe Gomez. Where'd Joe Gomez come from? Where's Joe
Um,
Gomez from? Or is he academy?
Academy,
He
I'm
might
pretty
be
sure.
academy.
Matip came from Schalke. Robertson came from Hull City. Mane. Sadio Mane came from what's it
Southampton.
called? Southampton.
Southampton. Yeah.
Elliot from Fulham. Arsenal signed Jorginho. So it's like, I get it. Like people will say, and the other thing is too is that Bayern ain't gonna have this 10-year streak of winning the Bundesliga anymore. It's gonna be a new champion, I think, probably. So now are we gonna say Man City poach all the talent domestically and that they just steal everything? Like, I mean, I don't know.
Not necessarily, but
Yeah.
Right, big up to Walker Lazo saying the only thing that worries me with Tuchel is that he has a better Bayern team attacking wise, and he plays dreadful football with them consistently. I get it as a red flag. You got to address it as a red flag. I do agree with that. Big up to David saying can't coach the attack. Just happen to have the fourth most goals in Europe, second to last season. That is crazy. Nagelsmann lost a 9-point lead, hence the sacking. In his own words, Steve, can you confirm that?
What?
Nagelsmann lost a 9-point lead, which is the reason why he got sacked.
A 9-point lead in what's he talking? Oh, actually, yeah,
table,
to be fair. Yeah. Because yes, there was one point last season where we had a 9-point lead over Borussia Dortmund.
9-point lead.
Rated.
Interesting.
Look, Nagelsmann for me, he deserved to go after the Villarreal game in the Leverkusen one when she got fired. I don't think he was at the Bayern level yet. He did a lot of groundwork at Hoffenheim, obviously, and did well to take them to the Champions League. Same thing with RB Leipzig. I liked the hire initially when we hired Nagelsmann. It just didn't work out, and I understand why he got let go. Was it a bit harsh? Possibly, but was he at the level completely? Was I completely sold? No, I was not completely sold. So it is what it is. Nagelsmann's still a very good manager. Like I take him at Newcastle, definitely.
Big up to CNAC as well, saying CP, you better hope Tuchel don't make it to UCL semis. Big up to Curry. Or the title game, because favorable draw in the UCL knockout table might be like deodorant to a pig. Hey, if Tuchel finds a way to get that UCL, then fair play. You know what? You are unbeaten. You are unbeaten. But I still think the hopes are a little bit low for him. But hey, rather you than any of the English clubs. Big up to AV saying prefer Jose, but Tuchel is a big step up from Pochettino or Potter. Facts. That's just as a baseline. Facts. Yeah. And big up to CNAC saying I'm laughing too hard at this debate in the grocery store. Bro, it's been a great stream. It's been a great stream. Man. Big up to everybody that's locked in. What was that?
So I got lost in the sauce. I had no idea where that argument went. I just was watching the Champions League in the background.
That's just the channel, man. That's just the channel. But I do want to send everyone over to Flawless just before he wraps up his show. So everybody head over to Sarcasm City. I think it's a Savić podcast.
Over there. Please behave yourselves over there.
Yeah, because you're definitely gonna. You're definitely.
Yeah, that's it.
You're a model fucking citizen.
I was behaving the whole time. What are you talking about? Look at you, Diff.
I'm going very, very defensive real quick. But everybody head over there. Everybody head over there. Say potch out immediately and up the Chelsea. Up the Chelsea.